Yo, what is up? It's your boy Jay Johnny back here in Perim's Underworld, and today I have with me the wonderful, the one and only Max Lord! Hey, editor me,
Let's
remember to throw in
go.
some fanfare. Editor me, throw in some fanfare.
Let's go. I am excited to be here. Jay Johnny, what is going on?
I'm excited to have you, man. A lot of people don't know who you are because you're relatively new to the chaotic content creation scene. So,
Absolutely.
for those of you who don't know who he is a wonderful short form creator. He has been posting a lot on Instagram. He's been posting a lot of YouTube shorts. He is very consistent with those uploads. If you guys remember Chaotic Kanga, I would compare Max Lord's content to him, but he also has a lot more different kind of content too, a lot more varied. For example, he showed off a lot of different chaotic products previously, and he's also done package openings where recently you got in some new upgrades for your deck from Bulba, and you just showed those off like full force.
Yep.
So I mean, really, really, really amazing to see like new content creators into the scene, and I just really wanted to put a highlight on you. So welcome to the Perim podcast. I'm glad to have you here, buddy.
I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you.
So for those of you who missed the live Perim podcast where we went for 5 hours. I didn't expect 5 hours from that. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever everybody said, "Oh yeah, we'll be there," I was like, "Okay, cool. This 3 hour thing," and it was 5 hours, and I was like, "Oh."
That was awesome.
It really
It
was.
such a great experience.
It really was, and you organized that. That was normally I'm used to organizing all of, like the content creator stuff, and like
Mm-hmm.
and like you were like, "Hey, we're all here. Why don't we make a video with all of us together?"
Yep.
So, really, he's taking the initiative. If you guys aren't following him, you really should be. Speaking of initiatives, we have an initiative coming up. This is probably dropping like the week after we record it, so it'd probably be like next week. We have an initiative we're going to start,
Yep.
and I think that initiative is pretty cool. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
It is. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. I kind of got some ideas to encourage the impact of that to be a little bit bigger, but I think with everybody playing their part, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I know I messaged Rudd about it, and I was like, "Hey, I know you're not like into making the filler kind of content, but
Right. Yeah. No. You got to shoot your shot.
yeah, I mean, like
See what happens.
I want to see the entire community gather around that, because when they hear it, I think they're gonna go like, you know what, we should.
Yeah. No, it's doable. It's very doable. And just think about 24 hours of that.
Oh, dude, 24 hours.
That would
of
be insane.
Man. Something that's also insane is around that same time, I hear that we're gonna be getting something special.
That is true.
Yeah, you heard it too.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, you did hear it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I did hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
good things to come.
Good, very, very good things to come. But before any of that comes, let's take a word to hear from our sponsor. I don't have a sponsor. Do you have a sponsor?
That's all right. That's all right.
This video is actually costing
That makes
us
two
money
of
because
us.
we have to pay our Brian Gannon fees every time we upload a chaotic video.
Man, you just got a reminder. You just got to. Yeah, our wallets are hurting, man.
Man.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm drinking $1 energy drinks. That's how much. You know what? Venom is my sponsor. Yes, Venom. No, they're not
There you go.
sponsoring me.
I mean,
They're not actually.
yeah, I mean, just drinking out of these dollar cups, $1 like Walmart cups.
Man.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know
Gannon,
what you want from us.
Gannon, stop taking all our money. All right. So that being said, let's do a little your camera's out of focus.
Oh,
Did it focus on the cup? Is that why it did that?
that might have been why. All right, we good?
Nope.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Hang
it'll
on.
start to. It should focus eventually.
Yeah, one sec. Let me do this. Yeah. Yeah, it might have been the cup.
Nope, still not focused. Maybe my internet just decided. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
we're
I was
good.
like, maybe the internet just decided to die. I was like, dang. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
having you do all this and it doesn't even do it. We're leaving that in. We're leaving that in. That's gonna be fun. No, I'm kidding.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. I don't want to cut a lot of stuff from this. I feel like people want to see us being authentic, so I don't want to cut a lot of it.
Yeah.
But That being said, let's stop talking about the depressing stuff like having to pay Ganon so that we can talk about Chaotic. And let's talk about the awesome things, like why you got into Chaotic. Because everybody's heard why I got into Chaotic, so why did you get into Chaotic?
Did I get into chaotic? This is honestly one of my favorite things to talk about because everybody's origin story is different. For me, I was in sixth grade. I remember super into the cartoon because it just debuted, and one day I was just sitting in my grandmother's room watching Cartoon Network. I see a commercial and it's chaotic, and I'm like, no way, there's actual cards of this thing. And literally the next day, like, rushed to the stores trying to find this. Had my mom, my dad buy any that I could find. So I ended up getting a ton of like starter decks, and then my one of my younger sisters at the time was interested in too. So that's who I actually initially started playing with and learned how to play with was her. And so we just from there just kind of took off. You know, every time we were in the store or anytime we had like a little piggy bank that we would put anytime we got money into and just like save it and then just cash out when we wanted to go buy cards. And we would do that like probably 2 3 times a month. And then ironically that year I had my first trip to New York. So we go to New York and there's a Toys R Us. That was also where I bought most of my chaotic cards too, because they always had the giant fixtures set out to the side with just everything that you were looking for. So I walk in and I see a giant Ferris wheel. I see that there's like 4 different floors. I see a gaming room, and we're talking about like early 2000s, so it's different because you don't have like those video game demo stations anymore. You don't have like the little seating areas. But I'm walking around, I'm exploring. I'm like, man, this is like really cool. And I see the chaotic section is huge. Like the pictures online really do it justice. Because if you went somewhere that had a chaotic section, like it got so much love. And I remember just like raging and like running over there and like checking through all the different merge just to realize that I didn't have my wallet because I had left it on the bus. And man, was I upset with myself. That was the only thing that I wanted to buy that entire trip. Like I was depressed for the next 3 days just because, and we had been out in New York for like a week. So half of my trip was just me being like, I can't believe I forgot my wallet on that bus.
Out of all
And
the times you forget it, it's like
so
it
long
had
story short, dude, I mean, like,
it.
it's the one time where as a kid you're 10 years old, you got a budget that's insane because your parents are expecting New York to be expensive, so they're like, you know, if you spend it, great. You don't, you know, we'll just put it all to the side and use it for something else. But like, no, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have splurged that day if I had the ability to like just have my wallet there.
Yeah, I
So I
can't.
had one job and I failed at that.
Hey, you know,
But yeah, to wrap that up, I mean, the show just had me in a bit of a metaphorically like chokehold. I just love the lore. I love the animation. I love the art. The character development was amazing. I fell in love with Maxor immediately, and then I started to enjoy other characters more just due to as you get older, you kind of learn more about actors and actresses, and so seeing like Interest was voiced by the actress that played Jessie from Team Rocket, like it's just things as a kid that you miss, even though these voices sound familiar. Like Goku playing Maxor, like I didn't realize this at the time as a 10-year-old, but as an adult, I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like to see how they just impacted my childhood. But yeah, Chaotic has always been special to me. It's the only trading card game that actually stuck with me when I initially started, and I just never fell off from it. And I think that, like, once again, just had to do with the universe of Perim. I think from having like the official player guidebook back then, from just watching the shows every time those broadcasted on TV, and then being able to share it with my siblings and just play in the cafeteria with my small group of best friends that were all nerds, and we were the guys that got picked on for playing TCGs after school. But we had a good time.
Yeah, I mean that's what matters, right? It's having a good time. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are nerds for doing that, but it's like, okay, we have fun though. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Picking on a bunch of
And
nerds?
now and now and now everybody wants to be a nerd. That's the irony of it. You know what I mean? Like
I mean it.
it's always been cool to be authentically you, right?
Yeah. And now I feel like now like there's just not the stigmatism behind it. Like it's like I'm not gonna fault anybody for going like, you know what, nerdy shit's actually cool because it's an escape from reality. We get to be someone else. We get to play something
Right.
else. We get to be somewhere else. I'm not gonna fault anybody for like wanting to get into it now. But it's like y'all kind of sucked for what you did to us in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean? Like I very much feel that way. Yeah, in my car, I'm a nice guy, but at the same time, it's like, man, how many like not necessarily bullies, but how many guys and girls just like found ways to try to twist something that you were just super passionate about and turn that into a negative thing. And I think that's another reason why I enjoyed Chaotic 2 was the I was fortunate enough to have a PC at home and it was actually strong enough to let me play on the online website. And I just remember just staying up all night every chance I could, falling asleep at the monitor playing that stuff, or like building decks and just creating strategies. That was like my first online experience from just gaming, from the communities, from the chats, trading. I mean, the whole experience. And I think that's another big impact on what stuck with me is it was just such a unique game.
Yeah, I wish I got to experience that. If I did get to experience it, I don't remember it, but I have a vague memory of logging on to like online like once maybe tops, just seeing
Right.
like the login page, but I don't actually have like any like defined memories from it, and I hate that because like I get comments on my videos and they're like, oh yeah, I used to play all the time online. I was like, I had like this
Mm-hmm.
Iflar deck and it was so cool, and it was like, and I'm just sitting here, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I wish I could have at least had a starter deck online. I wish I could
Yeah.
relate on a
I'm
single level.
and that's the great thing that I look forward to with the revival is so many people, especially with now technology just has advanced. Everybody for the most part has a PC in their home or have a laptop. They got some type of mobile device that will support this. And I think being able to experience that for the first time, like I would love to relive that. I would love to have people be able to go back in the early 2000s and be able to check out this game, even if it's like win or lose. Like just experience it and be like, man, that was really cool.
Yeah, I kind of worry for my sanity the second that online app drops because like I know I'm probably gonna end up having to escalate into quitting my job to keep making content on it because I feel like people are gonna be rabid. It's gonna be like we waited 15 years for this.
It's gonna be intense. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I am definitely that a guy that's an adult, and if there's something that I'm super passionate about, whether it's an IP, it's a project, game, TCG in this case, like, dude, when that stuff drops, yeah, I'm taking off.
yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah,
using my PTO for it.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you're gonna be competing with me for viewers, and I'm gonna be competing with Rudd for viewers, and we're both
That's
gonna
true,
lose this to Rudd, but
and that's all right,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
I look at it as we know it's not a competition. This
yeah,
is more for is exposure. This is because we enjoy what we do. We enjoy giving out the information. I
yeah.
mean, that's the other cool thing about the community is like so many people are invested in the IP and just learning about the universe, learning about the mechanics, the card database, just different aspects of the lore and like how far it goes back, how in depth it is.
Uh,
Um,
and just to be clear to any viewers who took that statement seriously, Rudd and I and Max Lord and Ganga and Hard Rock were all friends. Okay,
yes.
we actively planned this in a group chat with all of them in it. Okay, this was that was an entirely fun conversation. Okay, that was just a joke. Don't take that
Yeah.
personally. Like, just to be clear, just to be clear. There is no
Yeah.
bad blood
Gotta have
between any of us.
clarification.
I
No, no,
just,
no, no,
I just,
not at all.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, like, you know,
And
except for Kanga, I'm beating him to 500, and if I don't beat him to 500, then I'm beating him to 600. This is a war. This is a war, Kanga.
I'm rooting for you both because you know what, you both are really close. I think you both deserve to be at that. And if you can impact 500 people to be like, yo, I'm subscribed to this guy. Like, I really like the content he makes. I love what he's doing. I love their passion. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking to D Sandstorm or Blue Max or whatever you want to call him in the Discord the other day, and
Yeah.
he was like I was talking about how my growth had kind of like slowed down a bit with the channel, and he was like, "Do you think you've just hit the peak?" And I was like, "No, I uploaded like 5 times this month. What do you mean? Did I just hit the peak? I got like
Right.
70 subs by like uploading 5 videos. I was like, they're active. They just don't think I am like."
Yeah.
Which
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of elements to it. You
yeah.
know, like I'm seeing what you guys were talking about as far as like, yo, it's coming for you, and it kind of has, like, as I've been doing these kind of spontaneous, you know what, let me just upload a video because I got some time. The cards I showed off from Boba, like, that was literally from me just watching and unboxing and being like, dude, I should just, one, show off Bulba as a vendor, and then two, like, just show off your cards. Like, that's kind of the premise of this, is to be able to
Was that the opening?
really
Was that the
dive
opening you sent
in.
me last night?
I think so.
Yeah, right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
And
link those guys, that guy down in the description in case you guys. So,
absolutely.
like, I mean, like,
Thank you.
and
And
obviously you're linked in like the top link. Okay, like I don't even need to. Like,
yeah.
oh, that reminds me, I gotta go back and add the link trees. Anyways, I forgot to add everybody's link trees to the podcast.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good.
yeah,
And I think most of us dropped it in the Discord.
yeah, yeah.
Um and I know some of us don't. Like, does Nate have one? Nate's got one, doesn't he?
I feel like Nate has to have one. He has like, he has PLU. He has the PLU YouTube, his regular YouTube.
Yeah.
Then he has his chaotic YouTube, and then he has his Instagram. Then he has PLU's Instagram. Then he has his personal Instagram. Then he has.
That dude's got a lot going on, man.
Dude.
Like, I'm telling you, you got to be passionate to do what we do.
I don't know how he doesn't go insane because like everybody else doesn't see that he's working on chaotic videos, and it's like, you know. Not only is he working on chaotic videos, he's also organizing tournaments for like fighting games, PLU, chaotic, because his locals does chaotic tournaments. They have like 24 people every week.
That's so awesome.
And I mean, I don't think people realize just how much he's doing behind the scenes. On top of like he has, I think he said 5 chaotic videos currently in the works right now, and 2 that he's scheduled to record. So.
That's really cool.
Dude, honestly, he is such a hard worker. He deserves a lot more credit than he gets. And then today
Agreed.
he just finished shipping out like all of his PLU orders, and I ordered my stuff like a week ago, and he was like, man, I'll get it out, and I was like, dude, you're good, and he sent me a picture of just how many he's shipping, and it was like such a large amount, and I was like, honestly, I'm surprised they even just took it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's such an insane amount of like stuff you're shipping out. I'm surprised they even just took all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But I mean, he's a great guy.
He really is. He really is. Now you brought up chaotic survival. I didn't bring it up this time. Let's go. I didn't bring up the clickbait.
Nope.
Nope.
That's all me, and I'll take it. I'll take it. I will be the face for it.
So, the revival. When do you think it's gonna happen?
I'm thinking midsummer next year.
Midsummer?
I'm thinking midsummer. So I'm thinking like probably I'm thinking July, honestly.
I feel like we're gonna hear something later this year. Now, full disclaimer, because apparently I need to disclose this. I don't know when we're getting news. I don't know when we're getting news. Okay, I have no idea when we're getting news. I only know what I've been told, and all of that is so like speculative that like I can't even begin to like actually like it's also veiled that like there is no actual information I can get from it. So let's put it that way.
Right.
So I think we're gonna get news this year. I think we're gonna get a release timeline like early like second quarter of next year, and then I
Yeah.
think yeah, you're right. Summer's probably gonna be the sweet spot.
I
All I
think it's just the best time to do it, especially when you're looking at it from like just kids being out of school. Um,
Not only that, but like
it's just
from a statistic standpoint too. Like if your
yes,
product's gonna get scalped, you're gonna need to know like that you need to overprint product for the holiday seasons. Otherwise, people just aren't gonna have it.
yes,
So I think like printing it before the holiday seasons, which before everybody would want to do like major releases during the holiday seasons, but like now with all the scalping issues that the TCGs are facing, I think you have to take that into account whenever you're printing product and say, okay, we need to make sure we meet demand and more during that holiday season. We can't have like
yeah.
little Timmy wake up in the morning and go, I want a Chaor deck box, and then like they're all
hmm
sold out.
hmm
So
And that is like one of the concerns I think all of us have. Just is that's something we didn't have to deal with growing up.
yeah,
Is the amount of scalping, the amount of like people that make the experience of TCG toxic just because you either have your regular consumers, whether you just collect it because you enjoy the art, or you actually play the game, or you want to play online, like whatever your reason is for being invested in that TCG, to not be able to obtain that, I just can't imagine what that would feel like. And I would hate for that with this game just because I'm so passionate about it. And of course, I'm a huge collector in it. So for me, that would be frustrating.
I think Chaotix also had a much bigger risk of it happening too,
Yeah,
because if you look at like prices for Chaotic, like it makes prices for Pokemon pale in comparison, right? Like
it does.
you have like Chaor the Fierce PSA graded tens worth more than a lot of like modern day Pokemon cards. Like Moonbreon
Yeah,
is like $800, right? 800 to 1,000 somewhere in there. Chaor the Fierce is like 1,500 in a PSA 9.
yeah,
Like there's like I feel like scalpers would like go like, oh, what is chaotic, it's hitting the shelves, and then like look up
yeah,
the prices for singles and they'll go like ching, and I feel like that's something that like I feel like Ganon has to be aware of at this point, but like players also need to be terrified of, because it may mean like limited access to product. And
yeah. It will. And I think there will eventually be some methods of trying to limit that. Like, for example, he might do some retail exclusive stuff where every retailer gets something different. So then it's like, all right, well, they're gonna have to move around for them to just be able to try and scalp all this. And I don't know, maybe we'll get to a point where they just limit in person how much people can buy, or maybe they'll limit on. I know online they'll definitely do that,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I think
But
I'm hoping that he just prints it into the ground. Like
yeah,
I'm hoping like he's just like fire and stone. We have like millions of cases of it. It's on store shelves everywhere. Everybody has like 3 cases in the back, just backed up, just ready to go. Like
yeah,
I mean, so maybe slight exaggeration, but maybe a slight exaggeration. But I'm hoping that's what he does, where he's just like every card will still have value, because obviously like we have stat varials, we have stat variances, which is something other
yes,
card games don't have. So obviously like perfect stats are gonna like obviously have higher value. I think that's still, I think it's gonna
yeah,
retract from that value. But like getting like your collectors to get their master sets, that's not gonna be as bad. Like a
yeah,
min 5 min is gonna be like $5. 5 min super rare is gonna be like $5 if it's printed in the ground. Whereas like
right.
5 max could still be like $300. But like if it's printed in the ground, then who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately we don't know what's going to happen, right? But it's good to have mentally the preparation of what's going to happen more than likely, or what may happen, and then also try to be optimistic and be like, well, we'll see, because I do think it's going to be a very successful revival. Like I know in my heart, I know just based on seeing this community and how dedicated a lot of us have been not just even from like the content creators like me and yourself, but I mean just everyday people. Like I can't tell you how many people I've had just either comment or DM me about their excitement for it, and I just love to see that.
Yeah, no, we were talking before the stream started about how, like, I stay off social media at this point because, like, my DMs are flooded, which I'm sorry if people
Yeah.
have been DMing me. I'm very sorry about that, but, like, I genuinely, when I have, like, an inbox of, like, 20 people messaging me on Instagram, like, 10 people messaging me on Facebook, and then, like, Discord, I have, like, 8 friend requests. I'm sorry, I don't respond to all of you, but it's very
It's a
overwhelming.
lot. It's
um,
it's a lot.
but I see all that passion though, where they're reaching out to to content creators, and they're like, they're wanting to say, hey, I'm excited for this. I really love watching videos. I really love, and it's like normal
Hmm.
everyday people, like you said, and then there's also like non-normal everyday people. I don't know if you've ever heard of Taiga. Uh,
Yes.
Taiga's a VTuber, streams on Twitch.
Hmm.
They are obsessed with chaotic, like
I saw that.
entirely obsessed with chaotic. They and they are like buying chaotic cards
That's awesome.
they just bought a pop for like I think it was like 750 or something like that, and then they were reached out about a draw skin that was just posted, but it was sold in like instantly. But then another one got posted for 20K, and I don't know if they've reached out about that one or not yet. But like
Yeah.
they are very passionate about it, and like you see that, and it's just like it's not just like people like I'm trying to think of normal people in the chaotic community, but it seems to be evading me. I can't think of a single normal person in this community.
Uh I
every
don't know. That's a good question.
every time a name like comes into my head, I'm like, wait, nope, that person is obsessed with interests. That person
Right.
unironically said they wanted an interest body pillow. Yes, Ishi, I'm talking about you. Yes, Ishi, it is you. Yes. Or it's
Set
like
them out.
everybody loves Ishi. Everybody loves Ishi. I love Ishi.
Yeah.
Ishi knows I love Ishi. But like like you have like normal people like the mods in the chaotic Discord. You have normal people just dropping in like
Yes.
they're like, oh hey, I remember the show from when I was a kid, and I looked up the Reddit and saw there was a Discord, so I'm joining the Discord. And like you see
Right.
like people like that joining, and it's like this is amazing. Like like it's such a I know like I talk a lot about numbers because like every plus one I get like in terms of subscribers, I see it as one more person that's coming back and being more engrossed in the franchise. Because you don't look for a content
Yes.
creator unless you're engrossed in the franchise, right? Um,
Yeah.
but like I won't upload a video for like 5 days, and I'll get like 7 subscribers, and I'll be like, okay, I don't know how this happened.
It's
But
an
okay.
amazing feeling.
Yeah, and it's like those are 7 people who I didn't have to appeal to
Yeah.
actively to get them to come to back to chaotic. They were like, I love chaotic so much that even without this person continuing to tell me, hey, we're still doing stuff, we're still making stuff,
Hmm.
I'm still gonna be there, and I love that. I love it so much.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes our TCG community special is it's the level, not even necessarily nostalgia, but it's the level of like positivity. Like you said, it's in some ways even overly positive, right?
No, see, I am part of the toxic positivity, okay? I think everybody should trust in Brian Gannon, and I am not only saying that because he's standing right off screen with the gun pointed to my head. Trust Brian
Mm,
Gannon, trust Epic Story Media, unquestionably. All right, they give the nod. They give the nod. We're good. We're good. We're good.
we're good.
We're good.
We got
We're
the
good.
green light.
We're good. um, but no, I mean like, I don't think that there's an issue with being overly positive. To an extent, not to the point of stupidity, obviously. Like I mean like,
Right.
Ganon has been in the TCG world since before Chaotic. Before he worked at
Yes.
Chaotic, he was part of Upper Deck, and
Yep.
I can't see him screwing up Chaotic with the partners he has, like the public partners he has. Be very specific.
Correct.
Kin Fraser. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry. I really hope I pronounced that right. I can't remember his last name. How to pronounce his last name, but Kin, the CEO of Epic Story Media,
Yeah.
He started out working as an animator on Slugterra, and now he owns Slugterra, and
Yep.
he has kept it faithful to its true adaptation and the adaptation that the original creators wanted. And every time that he talks about like the shows and the partners they work with, he always talks about how we're not here to make money. We're here to bring the creator's vision to life. And
Yes.
if you watch his interviews from like 10 years ago, he's saying the same thing. It's not
Yeah.
about the money. It's about bringing that vision to life. He hasn't changed that entire time. I think it's just like looking at Ganon and just looking at who he's working with. You can't just go, it's not going to happen. Like
Right.
now, granted, I do have a quit date where I'm like, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm not going to keep making videos past this point until the game actually revives. I do have a quit date.
Yeah.
20-year anniversary is my quit date. I do have a quit date, but that's just
I
because like
respect it.
that's just because like at the 20-year anniversary point, it's like if you miss that point, then I mean like there's not going to be a more hype moment to have a set drop than like the 20-year anniversary. There's not going to be a more hype moment to drop a trailer than the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So like I do have a quit point, but like at the same time, I don't think that you should fault somebody for like being like optimistic about it, considering the partners the Ganon is working with.
Of course.
I mean, no, now if they're calling you stupid and they're saying you don't believe in Ganon because and he has all these amazing partners, then like I mean like that's toxic. That's toxic.
Yeah.
But
That is.
But if they're just saying like I'm really excited to see the revival, there's no reason to be mad at them. They're just being happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they should. I mean, how many times have we seen as 90s kids something that we like really enjoy come back? And actually, we've seen a lot of that. I think that's why we're so nostalgic. It's so many
Especially
IPs.
recently. Like I mean, recently
Yes.
Bakugan got like revived like what 3 times. The Ben 10
Yep.
the Ben 10 creators are talking about bringing back Ben 10 again.
I hope they do.
I
I
mean,
hope they do.
like Danny Phantom, I think they're getting a live action TV series soon. Percy
That'd be
Jackson is back. Percy Jackson season 2 drops later this year.
I love the Percy Jackson
Dude,
series.
same.
And when I got to watch season 1, I thought it was incredible.
Dude, same. I was so upset over all the hate that it was getting for the casting of Annabeth, and I was like, "You're all so stupid." I was like,
Yes.
it's like if Rick Riordan says, "This is Annabeth. This is what Annabeth would look like." Why are you mad? Like,
Correct.
like who gives a shit?
But that's man.
It's like more
Unfortunately, that's the sad part of like fans. It kind of reminds me of the comic book fans that have to have it the exact same way that it happened. And it's like that's not what we're here to do. As we're creating, we're here to create new iterations of stuff that you guys have fell in love with. So yeah, we'll mimic some of the things that landed and some of the things we know will go well, but we're not going to do the exact same thing every single time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point.
If we just told the same story over and over again, we would just make the Bible movie form one more time. We would just make, like stone tablet version of like, man-made fire. Like we need to, adapt the
Simple
stories
and to
that
the
are already
point.
told. Like, we need to grow from the stories that have been told,
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but Aragon has a continuation too. Which
I didn't know that.
This isn't the continuation. This is the second book.
Okay.
But Murtagh got his own story, his own spinoff story. And then he just recently teased Murtagh the second book for the Murtagh story. And they just hosted a Kickstarter, which got over $1 million for a series based in the world of Aragon, with just a bunch of like battles throughout like Allegasia's history.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So 2000 kids eating good right now.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like, hey, that's Exhibit A of
like B, C,
when you have an opportunity
D.
like that.
I mean, like we've gone over.
Yeah,
so
I
many,
mean the
like...
list just goes on. I mean, look at like I know Bulba's getting into collecting Neopets. Like I didn't realize that Neopets had been around this entire time. I thought it was gone.
Neopets just had a card game start last year. Like they just started up like an entire TCG last year. which I was really interested in, but like at the same time, like once you learn the core gameplay loop, it just kind of like
Yeah.
felt like it should be a video game.
I would have loved one because I will tell you, as a gamer, my very first video game was Neopets: The Darkest Fairy, and I fell in love with RPGs ever since.
Oh, by the way, we were talking about Bakugan. I didn't even realize that I had like a bunch of Bakugan cards sitting on my desk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I like.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? Well, the odds are I needed more space for Magic cards, and I took out the Bakugan from the box, and I just haven't put them in another box yet. But I mean, but no, I mean like, and then we're starting to see Avatar rise up again too, because we have the new Magic set coming out for Avatar, and then immediately after the Magic set, we have the new animated series, and immediately after that, we have the new movie, and then, we have like all the Avatar spin-off books that have kept going, which I didn't know they were still printing those. I thought that was just like done and over with after the Zuko story, but I guess not.
I mean, I think what's cool about our generation is when we get hooked to something, we really just don't give up on it. You devote a level of dedication to it that we probably need to see more in this world in a lot more areas that are lacking that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love that about our generation. I mean, like, I'm technically Gen Z, so I mean, like, I'm not really.
Fair enough.
But
hey, welcome.
I mean, like our era, like the era of like people born in the '90s, the era of people born in like the early 2000s, late '80s even.
Right.
Harry Potter. I mean, like Harry Potter's like Harry Potter. Like, I mean, like, I don't need to elaborate any on that. Like, it's just Harry Potter. And then, like, Pokemon and stuff like that, which just can't die. I don't know how it can't die, but it can't die. And then somehow Yu-Gi-Oh! We're keeping Yu-Gi-Oh! Alive, which I wish we'd stop. I wish we'd stop. Like, reboot Yu-Gi-Oh!
Unfortunately, you're not the only one that feels that way. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh's in a very weird state right now.
Yeah, no, I saw MBT on a Magic the Gathering channel the other day. He was finally living up to his his channel name, Mono Blutron. He was finally living up to that. Which, by the way, met MBT. He's a really cool guy. Love him to death. He hates me, but I love him, so it works.
Gotta love it.
Man, he is honestly a really cool guy, which I think it was cool. By the way, I heard something very interesting that I don't want to elaborate while we're segueing off of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I did hear something interesting.
Okay.
I'm not going to elaborate because now we're exiting the Yu-Gi-Oh station, and this was a Yu-Gi-Oh conversation, but I did hear something interesting though.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Wait, didn't you hear it too?
Say it again.
Didn't you hear the interesting thing too?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
You did hear the interesting thing too. Yeah.
So I'm informed. I was there for that conversation too.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, very good stuff. People who watch these are gonna get so many teasers, and people who don't are just gonna be like, "What? This is amazing!" when it finally happens, and it's like
Yeah.
I mean, but anyways, we're so far off the topic of chaotic at this point. I mean, like, is this even the Perim podcast anymore? Is this just two bros chilling? Like, yeah, which one is this? Which one?
That's the thing. Perim, Earth. You go back and forth. You really do.
True. But real quick, I do want to ask you a question, because this has kind of been like egging at me for a while. What got you into chaotic consecration? Out of all the things in the world, why did you choose chaotic consecration?
I will tell you, there were multiple inspirations behind it. The biggest two would be Rudd and Hard Rock. I remember growing up as a kid and being like, I want to do that. And I had, for I would say the last 2 years, made sure to get all the equipment I needed, all the materials I needed, all the just software, you name it, and just like, all right, one day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it when I'm at a point in my life where I have my own space, I'm comfortable, I'm like fully dedicated, and I'm gonna start, and it's just gonna be extremely difficult for me to stop because once I start something, it's just hard for me to not get out of it. Um, but for me, it was just like, man, I had sold my last deck that I built last year to help get a lot of the stuff I needed for the new place I'm in now. And I remember being like, man, I really wanted to keep that thing. And I know this game is coming back. I'm going to wish that I would have had these cards. You know what? I'm going to start collecting again. This time around, I'm going to not only keep my deck, the deck I'm building for my fiance as well. We're going to keep that one. This is going to be like, whether the game doesn't come back or not, and we know it is, for sentimental reasons, this is sticking with me. And for the principle of I enjoy what I do and I enjoy discussing everything Perim related, everything chaotic related, I'm just going to share that because being able to connect with people, being able to connect with um, this idea of being able to escape through another world, because that's what TCG is. That's what chaotic is for me. It's a beautiful escape from not necessarily life in general, but just like it brings me back to that point of life when we were kids. It was simpler. You didn't have all these pressures, all these things that kind of stress you out on a day to day routine, or you didn't have to worry about work. You didn't have to worry about all the things you got to do for the end of the day. It was just living and enjoying life in its purest form. And chaotic has always been that for me. It's always been something that I can enjoy in its purest form and just feels so natural and like it was made for me.
I get that. I get that a lot. I understand that intimately. That's Pokemon for me personally. Like, I'm not gonna say
Love
Chaotic's
it.
not like that too, but like Pokemon has always been my thing. So I get
Yeah.
that. I get that.
And what's crazy is Pokemon was my first TCG card game that I ever got cards for, but I just didn't keep up with it. And then I got into Yu-Gi-Oh. I got into Duel Masters. I eventually got into the Duel Masters reboot, and I actually still have that collection. That's surprisingly that's as big as my chaotic one, which is insane. Um, and those are the only two that I have as of right now. Because I do want to get into Plu at some point. I'm waiting to get to at least get most of the chaotic ones I want, and then start dabbling into other IPs because then I'll feel comfortable. Uh, but yeah, I mean, chaotic was just always special for me, and I think having people like Rudd and seeing what they did with their content creating, seeing what Hard Rock did, like all that stuck with me. And I just remember the amount of enjoyment I got of like hours of just watching their stuff. Like I could be, in the kitchen, I'm cooking something, and you know what? I'm just gonna play them in the background, put them on, television. I'm gonna watch this while I'm doing my thing, and it was just cool to really not even just escape, but even live through them and their experiences. You know what I mean? Like, and I wanted to be able to do that for other people because I felt like that was something that that's a gift that I can give the world is, hey, this is something that I love and enjoy. I want to share that with you.
Well, I have good news for you, brother. The other day when I was playing a video game, I popped up your Instagram, and I just started listening to the to your guide to chaotic players video. I just had that playing on the second monitor while I was playing.
That's awesome.
So I want you
I
to
love that.
I want you to know, you made it.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's a lifetime dream for me. It really is. Seeing almost 2 decades later, like, wow, I'm doing a thing that I grew up wanting to do, and it's nothing like what I expect, honestly. And I mean that in like all the best ways. I don't mean that in any negative context at all. but
You were like
it's
you were expecting Rudd to like want to stomp you out because your competition. You were expecting Kanga to go like, oh no, I gotta bury him out of the algorithm.
right,
You were expecting me to like
right.
go like, no, I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Yeah,
and now
just
you're
be
just
completely isolated.
and now you can message Hard Rock at any given point during the day and he'll respond within like 20 minutes.
And it's insane, dude. Like for you to have an idol that you can just reach out and like, you're sharing like funny reels with, like I never thought I was gonna get to this point.
Dude,
It's awesome.
I was talking to Kanga and I was like, why don't you just message Hard Rock and ask him? And he was like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, fine, I'll message Hard Rock and ask him. And he was like, but
Right.
won't you be bothering him? And I was like, okay.
No, you gotta look. You know what? Like, you gotta be brave and you gotta be bold. Like that's how we cross and create new boundaries, right? That's how we progress. That's how we grow. Is you got to get out of your comfort zone, and
Yeah.
content creating does that for us. I know it definitely does that for me. Like, I'm a guy that I'm not super into social media. I'm pretty private for the most part, and this is like not necessarily difficult for me. It's different for me. It's different for me being able to like give people that level of access and actually having that natural desire to want to like reach back out to everybody that's DMing or commenting, just asking questions. Like, I think the number one thing I've been getting asked lately is just like, yo, where do you go to get all these? And I just been sending them Bulba's way, like,
Yeah.
hey, check this out, like, and check out his link tree because he's got all the episodes in HD. If you want to watch the show, if you didn't watch season 2 or 3, now you have the chance to do that. That helps bring that nostalgia back and be like, man, I didn't even realize the story kept going. Like,
Now you gotta send him to Peacock because the only way that we're ever gonna get more chaotic episodes is if people keep watching on Peacock. That's not a
that's
joke,
true.
by the way, guys. If you guys really want to help Chaotic, go to Peacock and sign up for the free trial, and then watch all of Chaotic. So the Peacock thinks that there's a lot of Chaotic viewers. That's not even a joke. Like actually, it really does help if you guys do that.
Do that.
um,
Do that.
or just watch on YouTube. One of the two. I mean,
True.
I mean,
Because the YouTube's got a lot of views. Actually, I foresee that getting bigger.
dude, the YouTube channel, they uploaded videos and made them private like 2 hours later, and they were already at and it was the middle of the night, where their core audience it was the middle of the night, and then 2 hours later it had 900 views in the middle of the night, and they made it unlisted so people couldn't find it anymore. But in that 2 hours in the middle of the night, 900 plus views, and people were just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was one of those views because for whatever reason I was up that night and I remember getting a pop up on my phone. I'm like,
I
dropped an episode? Like, what is this?
I think it was Kanga who messaged me. It was either Kanga or Bulba. It was one of them that messaged me. And then when the other episode dropped, they messaged me again, but I was asleep.
Right.
And I was like, I woke up in the morning and I was like, why do I have 20 missed notifications? What did I miss? I was like, who? Wait, and I had 3 missed calls from I want to say Bulba, and then 2 missed calls from Ivan, and I was like, bro, what happened last night? Did somebody
The world ended,
bro? And it was really interesting too because we stayed up the entire day and the entire night after waiting to see if he would drop another episode, and he didn't. And so a lot of people started reading into the episode names, and I was like, guys, it's being uploaded in 1080p. Those are large files. Wait and see. It's not worth reading into it yet. Don't worry about it. And then no other episodes accidentally got published, and we were like, I messaged Bald that I was like, hey, can you confirm or deny if this was an accident? And he said no. All he said was no. And I was like, bruh. What's good in having Ganon on speed dial if you never text Ganon the questions?
And that's the thing too, is that's a blessing to even be able to have access to Ganon like that. And I mean, I would imagine it's probably a challenge not to overload him with a ton of questions.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of happy that my meeting with Ganon never like spanned out, because if I got his number, I'd be blowing up his phone constantly. I'd be like, hey, so I just watched episode 7, season 2. In this episode, Tom does this very specific thing. Can you confirm or deny that other players also have these capabilities while in Perim, or or is it just Tom? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I had that kind of power, I would probably be blocked by Ganon. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I now that we're talking about it, it does beg the question of like, if I could sit down with him right now, what's one thing I would want to ask about? And I want to say it doesn't really end with one. It is a long list of like,
All right, you gotta pick.
yo,
You gotta pick one thing and one thing only. What do you ask him? Only one thing. It can't even have multiple parts. It just has to be one thing. You can't do part A and part B.
I think I would ask, when it comes to so many of those cards that didn't get prints, will we see those in later sets? That's all I would want. If the answer is yes, great. The answer is no, I'll deal with it. I'm go and cry in my room, of course. But
Hard Rock will join you
there's
soon.
just he really would.
No screamer.
I mean, like, I want Screamer. I want.
All the
There are
past
so many
creatures,
Underworld.
the past creatures from the Krellin.
Yes.
fight.
Yes. Like Ariak.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
just more Prexor Chasm stuff. Like, is the Blight actually a creature? That would be really cool too.
yeah, it would be a cool concept. I mean, I at least appreciate that the Blight was created as a location, right? Like,
Yeah.
for I feel like the timing of everything that happened was crazy, because it's like we just started getting all the cards
Yeah.
that we were like, we'll never see these, and now we're seeing them.
See, if I had one question, and he had to answer truthfully, I would have a very simple question.
Okay.
What the fuck happened?
I feel like that's a very long answer, and then at the same time it's short.
I've pieced a lot of it together just by like statements made by like the original patent holders, by 4Kids filings, by everything else, right?
Yeah.
But like everything leading up to that point, and everything after that point, what the fuck happened?
Valid.
Like,
valid. Yeah.
like 2017 to 2020, right? Like, we know COVID restarted everything. He's publicly stated
Yes.
COVID, like, Dragonix originally said COVID didn't stop anything, and then like at the end of 2020, like, we knew that COVID stopped everything. And then whenever he came back in like 2023, I want to say, to the licensing expo, he said, yeah, COVID restarted everything. Like, we had to essentially start from scratch after COVID. So like, everything from 2017 to 2020, how close were we to having Chaotic back is like what I really want to know. Like,
yeah, I mean, that was kind of the depressing aspect of that, man. I remember like 2019 just being so excited, and was it a little bit of a letdown? Yeah, and it's one of those relationships that tests. I feel like if you're still into Chaotic in 2025, you are a person that knows what longevity looks like when it comes to relationships, because I just never gave up hope, and I never gave up faith on this game coming back.
See, this is why I'm no good at relationships, because I left in 2020 to go to I left in 2022 to go to Celestial, so clearly I'm no good in relationships.
No, you look. He abandoned ships the moment he sees red flags. Like, this is gonna work. All right, gotta go.
I saw a new shiny thing from the Pokemon Shiny Hunter, and I was like, ooh, I'm over there now. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm kidding.
No other explanation.
Yeah, no other explanation at all. No other explanation. No, but I mean, I think a lot of people, like, if you are still here, you've been here since 2017, and you're still here in 2025, and you're gonna wait until the end of 2026 to see if Chaotic revives, right? I got two things to say to you. One, one, I want that kind of dedication. Like that's
Yeah.
insane. And two, you are insane.
He said, "Who hurt you?"
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be dedicated to something
No,
for 9 years, but like if you're like
no.
to the point where like I'm not gonna say anything bad about the people. Like I'm not. This obviously is not an insult, right? But like
Hmm.
if chaotic is your sole passion
Hmm.
for that whole 9 years, not to say chaotic won't revive, not to say that you should give up on chaotic, but to say find another hobby. It's not healthy to focus.
Find
Yeah,
another
no, no,
hobby.
no, no, no. It's not. It's not. Bro said it like that's all. That was the end of the sentence. Okay.
Yep.
Hold on. It's not healthy to hyper focus on one thing. If chaotic has been your hyper focus for 9 years and nothing else, find something else. Not just like give up on chaotic. Not saying give up on chaotic, but like it's just
Find other things you enjoy.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Um, I purposely worded that to be like totally clickbaity, 100%, 100%. But oh man, there's a YouTube short right there. Perim's Underworld
Yeah.
tells you to quit chaotic. But
Brought to you live, man.
brought to you live. Oh, I wish it was live. I probably should have done it live. I feel like more people probably would show up if I did it live. But also, like, I don't know. I'm still figuring out the whole like YouTube live thing. I'm not like I'm iffy on it.
And we all are. You know, it's a learning experience,
But
and we're having fun.
But like for real though, if you've only hyper focused on one thing in the last 9 years of your life and you haven't like done other things, you really should stop to reevaluate and find something else to work on. Even if it's
Yeah.
like even if you're just like, oh, chaotic's gonna be my main thing. Like learn programming, learn art. Find a job you're passionate about. Learn
Yeah.
a trade, do something
Something.
like productive outside of just waiting for Ganon. Because as much as I think Ganon's going to drop something next year, if he doesn't, like realistically speaking, you shouldn't do
You
this.
gotta
For
have something
Yeah, you shouldn't do
that's
this for
filling
10
that
years.
void.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something that's filling that void and giving you purpose.
So
Because
so again, get a life.
dramatic entrance. Get a life.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
um,
I mean, it like you said, it's very admirable to have dedication like what chaotic fans have, and
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing. I've been hyper focused on Pokemon for all 29 years of my life. Like when I was a baby,
yeah.
my mother would give me like stuffed animals for Pokemon. Like I mean like
Yep.
that's it's not a bad thing to like care about something for so long. But like if it's your sole
Yeah.
hyper fixation, find something else because there's so much more in the world to experience than just this one thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
so this is
hell,
not
I
this is
got
not me dragging on anybody for liking
no, no,
chaotic.
no,
Okay,
no,
quite the
no.
opposite.
This
I think
this is saying that you don't want to diminish what makes it special, and I
yeah.
think by being too, like you said, by being hyper focusing it, you do kind of lose yourself in that, and you also lose a sense of identity and like, why was I even into this series in the first place? Why was I into this TCG in the first place?
Yeah.
Like these questions do begin
You just
to
kind of
kind of stir.
you just kind of go like, this is what I've always been into, so this is what I keep going for. You don't
All right.
experience more, and it's like you should really experience more outside of that because then it makes that time where you experience chaotic way more special.
Yes.
For example, I play chaotic. This is going to be a self-report, right? I play chaotic maybe like realistically once a month, if that. I
That's one's enough.
outside of like obviously recording Odyssey with April, because we record that weekly. But I play chaotic like maybe once a month, and whenever I jump on Recode, I get curb stomped by random decks, and I say, oh man, okay, I'll play again next month, because like I know that like if I keep playing and playing and playing and playing and playing just to keep getting like when my win ratio up, all that's gonna
Yeah.
happen is it's just gonna diminish it to where whenever I play it again, I'm just gonna get like like I don't win. Oh, he Melody and Mirage my claw, and I couldn't do anything after that.
Yeah.
He activated Drabe's ability, making my claw do 5 damage. Oh, that not Drabe. Arbeed's ability, making my claw do 5 damage. Scoop.
Yep.
It doesn't do anything for anybody. I don't enjoy that, and I don't think that makes for good content. Which
No, it doesn't.
to explain to anybody why I don't upload recode videos right now is because of literally that. I can play like the same deck 50 times, and people just don't. It just stops being entertaining.
Yeah. And I mean, good on you to at least be aware of that. And I think
Yeah.
that level of awareness is important in our line of duty and just the things that we dive into because the world of content creating really does test you. Like writers and artist block, that's a thing. I mean, getting overwhelmed because you're essentially doing too much, that's a thing. And often we can stress ourselves out when we feel like we're doing too little. And I approach it very much in the same way that Kanga, what, if I'm doing one a day and that reaches out to whatever number and impacts those people in a positive way and excited about chaotic,
You're cutting out.
then I've done my job.
Oh
I think we were diving into
yeah, upload consistency and
just
quality. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I think.
And
Oh, good.
oh no, you're good.
I think that's the best way to approach content creation too. Is like like have a goal for what you want to accomplish. For example, like right now, my goal to accomplish is get a video out every day. Clearly, I'm not doing that. I'm screwing all of that up. I was hoping to beat Kanga to 500, and I guarantee you he is going to beat me to 500 just because I'm not uploading. Actually, real time. Let me check to see where he's at.
I'm curious too. We're,
uh,
we're both gonna look. We're
he
both gonna look. Why
he
not?
he is at 7,000. Wow. We actually he's not 7,000. He is 465.
He's very close.
Yeah, he's very close, and I am 409 last time. 408 last time I checked. 410. Hey, let's go.
There you go.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
That's what we want.
I'm 55 away. Kanga, I'm coming for you, Kanga. Just wait until I upload the lizard short. Wait until I upload the lizard short. I have it edited right now. All I have to do is click upload.
That's awesome.
Like lizard. I said like lizard. I was gonna be like, Mopedian players be like, and then just have like, Iflar, the Dinu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna come for you guys as a short form content. I'm gonna come and take the chaotic short form content by storm.
Go for it, man. Overload it. I mean, that's how we get this algorithm to show us more. Is everybody's got to pitch in.
Dude, yeah, people will be searching for Pokemon videos and they'll see nothing but chaotic. That's the goal. That's the goal.
I am totally against just bullying you guys out there. Like, all right, we've seen enough of it.
Oh, you're against bullying us? Oh man, nah. You know what? Actually, if I search Pokemon and I don't see Chaotic Rud before I see like Poke-Aim, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like we gotta make sure.
And you should be.
We gotta make sure the Chaotic Rud shows up before any Pokemon YouTuber ever. Okay, like, guys, trick the algorithm.
I would love that for any of us is get to that point of like millions coming,
dude,
for chaotic.
I was talking to I don't remember who this was, but I was talking to somebody in the Discord, and it was in a voice call, and we were like, and they were like, I don't think you guys understand that Chaotic's just gonna come back and die, and I was like, it was the #1 selling card game. It outsold Pokemon in Canada. It outsold Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering in the US. It outsold like every Western card game whatsoever. The only card game that like overran it was Pokemon. And you think it's going to come back and die in the era of like, oh my god, what's the word? Nostalgia. You think it's just gonna come back and die in the era of nostalgia? Like, come on.
It's not.
Like,
it's not.
There's no way. Every person from Canada who watched it as a kid is gonna go
and jump right into it. I mean,
that's
honestly,
interest. That's interest.
Other than us, I'm laughing because I know why you did that. But other than us, I mean, people are I can name a few countries that are going to be super excited about that.
Oh yeah,
And
Brazil, dude. I had Saudi Arabians in my stream like one day where they were just like, "Oh, dude, I'm so excited for to come back. Like, we are a rich country and we will buy." And I was like,
I want them to.
I was like, dude, I'm down for that. I want to see every country. You know, like I want to go onto Twitter, search chaotic game, and see like people from Saudi Arabia posting
Yep.
pictures. I want to see people in Brazil posting pictures. I want to see people in Portugal posting pictures, Greece
Yep.
posting pictures.
Just a collage of like all the different nations coming together to
Yeah.
play this game.
Yeah, and I think chaotic has the community to do it. I think the only one
It
that
does.
we don't want is Germany, because they have enough product as it is, because nobody wants it.
Nobody wants a German card.
Did you see the Bobo is selling a German booster box for like $60 on Whatnot and nobody bought it?
I didn't see that. What?
Yeah, no. He posted. He was like, all right, how about a German booster box? They're going for $100. Let's sell it for $60. Not a single person. No.
Nobody wanted to get them.
Nobody.
Wow.
No. Nobody wants German cards. Like, Germany can just keep their card stock, because like clearly nobody else is trying to get it.
Oh, everybody's going to the French.
Yep. Unironically, like, I don't know what's wrong with German cards, but like literally nobody wants them. Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
the ones I have here, like the ones that I like pulled up before we started the recording, right? And I pulled up the card and showed you. That's just a bunch of stuff. The Bulbo was like, dude, it's literally just taking up space on my desk. I have to get rid of it, and so he threw it in with an order I did. He was like, just get it out of my fucking office. I was like, okay, okay. And
That's awesome.
And then I got it, and I realized, oh, it's all German. I can't use
Yep.
this.
Nope. I can't use this. They are strictly for show.
And so now I'm just straight up throwing them away in giveaways. Every time I do a giveaway, I just send German cards. I think there was one guy I didn't send German cards to in a giveaway, and I have to get back in touch with him so I can send him German stuff, because I feel horrible,
Yeah.
because I promised everybody I'd be sending him German stuff and when I did giveaways, which yeah, but like,
Look at you creating value for the unwanted chaotic cards. I
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
yeah, they're so valuable. I don't include them in the giveaway. I just give them away with the giveaway.
Yeah.
Those cards have no value. It's so messed up to say out loud, because like there are people who genuinely just want chaotic, but then it's like, like you see German stuff going for so cheap, and like people are just like, nah,
I'm good. Jesus, like,
Nah.
yep.
They see like a German Chaor for like $30, and they're like,
Nah.
nah. It's like,
That's insane.
what do you
It's such
want?
a steal. I mean, I think me and you both were like that in the last Whatnot stream. Like, it was... some of themselves were kind of depressing to see, like, man, that thing's worth way more than that. Like,
Oh
what are
yeah,
you
no,
doing
like
here?
some of those bundles, like Plasma Arrow was like $10 on eBay alone, and they got that bundle for like
Mhm.
$8, and it was like, I was like, how? How is like,
Yep.
how are these things so cheap? And then like he was marking off like very very high graded cards by like 10%, which 10% is a lot whenever talking about chaotic
That's a
cards.
lot of-
Like,
Yes.
cards that were
And-
380 were like being marked down to like 320, and it was like people are just like, nah. I was like, bruh.
And that's what's crazy is I literally had this conversation with one of my best friends in regards to this game is by no means, if you're a like heavy collector like myself, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going for the Iflar, the Prince Medinu, Captain of the Guards, if you're going for the Fears, the Servants of Ani, like these cards add up, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm a content creator. I would argue one of the biggest content creators for the game. I would argue that. I'd probably be wrong, because like, English speakers would probably agree with me, but then it's like, you have Spanish speakers, and the Spanish speakers, their channels are bigger than Hard Rock's. Like,
Yeah, it's really fascinating
Yeah.
to watch and see, man. It's
like,
cool.
But I would argue that I'm bigger than most chaotic content creators. Most, not to say like
Mm-hmm.
even if you were to say Kinga, right? Like I'd argue I'd at least be more recognizable than Kinga. Like
Okay.
because I mean like
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
would argue it because Kinga doesn't show himself. Kinga doesn't talk in videos.
Yeah,
So
I feel like he'll get to that point, but it won't be until we get the game back.
he's working on it, and I love it. I he came on to the group call
And that
the other
was a
weekend,
big step.
and then
That was a huge step.
he also did the podcast appearance too, with like before then, which is also a
Hmm.
major step. And I mean, like I feel like once he gets more comfortable on camera, I feel like we're gonna see him a lot more. But I feel
We
like,
will.
but I feel
And
like
I look forward to that.
I feel like right now, if you were to say like chaotic content creator, if you weren't talking about Rudd or Hard Rock, I'd probably be one of the first people that come to mind. Which
Yeah.
I get, it's stroking my ego a bit. I'm not gonna lie, stroking my ego.
He
a little
said,
bit,
stroking
right?
my ego.
But like, my point is, despite having that position right in the community, I can't
Hmm.
justify dropping that amount of money on collecting cards. Like
Yeah.
I can't go like, oh, like I may be like the biggest content, like one of the biggest content creators for the game, but like cohorts are going for $450. I can't do an in-person deck profile on this. It's just too
Yeah.
much to justify doing this. It's like, as much as I'd love to do this, it's like it's just the prices are too steep.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I get that.
is the point I'm trying to get at. I'm not trying to stroke my ego. I mean, definitely was trying to stroke my ego, but I'm not trying to stroke my ego. Listen, man. Okay, the Reddit is killing my ego. I need to build it up somehow. You're just here to help me.
Hilarious. I
Um,
love it. I love it.
but yeah, no, I like. It's just one of those things where it's like if you're one of your most I'm not gonna say invested because like monetarily I'm not the most invested, but like time commitment, putting in the effort to, I'm not even gonna say make content because clearly I don't upload, but I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Not as much
You do.
because you kind of took over that because like you're just amazing like that. But like like
I'm trying to, this is what I'll tell you about me. And one of my natural born gifts has been to learn and adapt at a very quick rate. And just doing so much research on content creating, doing so much research on like the different algorithms, just different methods as far as content, how to approach, and like what I want to do, what I want to discuss, what I want to show off. Um, I also just kind of like the concept of having the amount of chaos of like you guys don't know what to expect from me because I'm always doing something different. And while it puts me in a room where I do kind of test my sanity and start to get insane because it's like, all right, you're trying to like overload and do all these different things. Like now I'm going to be posting instead of just a daily video, it'll be at least 3 every day is what I'm aiming for now because I'm trying to really push it. Yeah, I know it's a lot.
see, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to have this conversation off. We're gonna have that conversation off. Not to like tell everybody, oh, like you guys aren't worth hearing this, but like this is a personal conversation him and I are gonna have. Like, yeah, you guys don't need to hear that stuff. No, I get that. Like, we're gonna have it here. We're gonna have it here. It really is a lot. It's really overwhelming. I don't know if you know this. I run 3 channels right now.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
I think I technically run 4, but one of them is basically just on like permanent hiatus at the moment.
Okay.
But like I run Perim's Underworld. I run a
Yep.
core gaming channel, which I recently cut out
Yes.
like basically every single project that I was working on. I was like, I'm overwhelming myself. So like now it's like I'm about to just go like Wild Hearts, which Wild Hearts, like
Yeah.
we've talked a bit about Wild Hearts, which chaotic people, you guys will hear about Wild Hearts later because like I do have Wild Hearts videos I do have to upload to the chaotic YouTube channel. but
You guys will have something to look forward to.
yeah, it's a very interesting game, and I think a lot of chaotic players will like it because it does have the board game aspects. So
Oh yeah.
so I think chaotic players might be interested in it, but like and then I also run a Pokemon channel, which we're just starting up in full force starting. If this releases next week, then the week after. So yeah, the week after
That's
this, the
exciting.
week after this week. And when you start to like say, oh, I'm gonna upload 5 videos in like the span of like a week, you're like, oh, let's do it, that's manageable. And then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well now I'm gonna do 5 videos in the span of a day and a half, and 2 of those videos are gonna be shorts, and then the other 3 are gonna be full like length content. It's like
Mm-hmm.
not a lot less manageable to do it every day, but like it's possible. And then like you're like, and then I'm gonna do that every single day. It really does get to overwhelm you. I definitely do understand where you're coming from on that, because like
Yeah.
even just uploading chaotic videos daily, like it was getting to the point where I was like, okay, well, I'm running out of ideas. I want to do long form content, but like outside of just gameplay.
Yes.
But if I stop to like work on a long form video, I have to delay like 5 other projects. So I could record a bunch of short form, I could record a bunch of long form like gameplay videos, but then I'm
Mm-hmm.
just uploading the same junk that I've been uploading for the last like 2 months in a row, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want people to just like see like, oh, he's playing Danian Burn again, like that's so original from him, oh, it's a Bepedi and Mirror match again, that's great, everybody loves it,
Yep.
and it's like
It's a challenge, man,
it
because
really
you're
is.
really trying to not even necessarily spice things up. You just want to keep things fresh, but you also want to keep them fun. And sometimes it's difficult to do the exact same thing over and over again. That almost becomes you don't want to get it to a point where it becomes tedious, right?
Yeah, and especially like in an environment with chaotic where like there's so much content that hasn't been made, you know.
Yeah.
Like we have obviously there's gameplay videos. Everybody's made gameplay videos, deck profiles. There's deck profiles everywhere, right?
Hmm.
But then you have like theory videos. Nobody, there are like approximately 5 theory videos on YouTube of chaotic, and all of them are from me.
Hmm. Hmm.
um, there's episode reviews made by Jason, which recently joined the content creator
Yes.
group chat. Love you, Jason. You're an amazing guy. You're awesome. Uh, but
You haven't checked out his stuff, you should.
you really should. He does a lot of like very good in-depth breakdowns of each chaotic episode. You guys should definitely check him out. But like there's episode breakdowns now. But like, there's a lot of other
Hmm.
stuff where it's like in-depth lore breaks. There's a literal chaotic book, lore book called
Yes.
the Kalian Sphere. Kalian Sphere. I can't
Yep.
pronounce the first word, but it's
I
a
can I can show it off. I got it literally right across the room.
yeah.
Let me
It's
grab that.
I'm gonna let him grab
Just
that.
because.
But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue. There's a literal like lore book based off of chaotic, um, with like in-depth lore breakdowns, and nobody's made a video about that. Now there is a couple coming, but that's besides the point. A lot of what I'm trying to say is, I can definitely understand where that burnout comes from, because like you're trying to like yeah, yeah, it's really sick. It's really sick.
It
Um,
is.
but you're trying to like make all this different kind of content, and it's like a lot of them take research, like
They do.
with that book you have to read the entire thing, and a lot of us kind of have brain dead attention spans, not gonna lie. That's me.
You know, that is I will tell you, this is what I was talking about when it came to the challenge of this is literally yesterday I was having a conversation with my, because she has her own web series that she does, and she's doing way higher quality stuff. I mean, her degree was literally in film creating and film directing, so she knows what she's doing. This is like not a hobby for her, but an occupation. This is like her career choice, right? So a lot of like what I'm doing too, and I am watching her and just getting feedback from her. And one of the things we were talking about was just like the intentions. And I even had one of my followers, actually a few of them, mention like, I think you should do this differently, because everybody's attention span is just shorter now. So you really got to have something that's grabbing people's attention. And it's like, now you're trying to be creative in the aspect of like, I don't know, do I do kind of like clickbait thumbnails? Do I do like clickbait titles? Like, how do I get people to just be like, ooh, let me oh man, that face is priceless.
you
That
know
face is priceless.
I am directly opposed to those options. You should not do those at all. Those are So just do impact text and like make the background like white, and then like make the I'll send you some tips later. No, you should not do that. Put interest in a bikini and like make that your thumbnail. It works.
So what I'm hearing is
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
don't do this.
Don't do that. Don't do
Don't
that. Don't do
this.
that. Don't do
Okay,
that.
gotcha.
I'm just saying,
But
Max wearing a Speedo has gotten so many clicks, bro. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you shouldn't do it. No, clickbait is bad, bro. Clickbait is bad.
yeah, and I don't know, like it's kind of it's pushed me to a point where I want to do something fresh, but I also want to stay true to myself and my vision on what does content creating look like to me.
See, I feel like for me, like, cause I clickbait, and I can't get around it. I do clickbait,
And there's nothing
like,
wrong with it.
But like to me, the way I justify it, because I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Like I mean, like obviously, if I'm like playing a game that I believe or doing an IP that I believe has like a notable franchise like Pokemon or like when I was working with Avatar, right? Because I recently just cut off my connection with Avatar. I was like, I don't have time to make content on this game anymore. It's not getting the views I expected it to get. I was like, so
Yeah.
I just cannot continue to put my time into this when the payoff is people telling me to kill myself because the developers aren't making, fast enough changes. I was like, I just can't do that. So
That's brutal.
so but I would do the clickbait. I would like, I would black out the characters and I would just have like the silhouette on there. I would go like most impactful change to the metagame, etc., stuff like that, right? Like I would do that because like, that's how you stand out. As for chaotic, I have a completely different reason why I do it for chaotic. I just want people to see it. Like with chaotic, with chaotic, it's like we've talked about this like endlessly throughout this thing where it's like there are so many people who love chaotic, who just don't know that chaotic is coming back, who just don't know that the chaotic community is still alive, who maybe like were a part of it and then they just like left it for whatever reason, and they may be willing to come back. All they have to do is just see the video. And I'm not gonna lie, I do clickbait because I'm trying to get their attention. Like that's the one thing I want to do is I want to be like, hey, Rudd stopped uploading, but we're still here. That's why I started doing the Perim podcast, because it's like like people are watching my videos, but they're not going to other creators. Like they're like you like you're growing, but like I want them to go to everybody. Like I want them to like I want all 400 people subscribe to me to go, I'm gonna go subscribe to him too. I want all 400 people to go to like who are subscribed to me go, I'm gonna go subscribe to Apricot a lot, just specifically to see Chaotic Odyssey whenever the new videos drop.
If you're not watching that, you are completely missing out,
dude.
Now I was late to the game, but let me tell you, that is entertaining stuff.
Let me tell you, it gets better. It gets better. We just as of today, he hasn't. We haven't actually done the ban list, but I did choose my bans for the second ban list.
Okay.
And his response was in all caps, the words fuck, 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 fuck. And that was his response to the bans, was in all caps, the word fuck 4 times. So if you guys aren't watching it, you're gonna want to watch it.
You are, man. It's entertaining. It's just pure entertainment.
It was such a good idea too. It was such a good idea. And the person who made the website, by the way, they found the series. Like the person who made the pack opening website, they found the series by pure chance. Just pure chance. They found the series, and they were like, oh, "I never thought people would use my website like this, but I love it." And like, and they subscribed to April, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" Like like we stole his thing, we made it our thing, and he said thank you for it. I was like, that's a messed up way to look at it, but you know what? You're not wrong.
Hey, that's the irony, man. In life is it's full of surprises.
But when we started the series, he had like 13 subs, and now he's sitting at like 54. And I don't know how many of those are from Odyssey. I obviously don't have his back end, but I will say that his channel had videos up for 4 years, and Odyssey every week outperforms his highest viewed videos and it makes him so happy every single time one of them does better. He's like,
That's
this is
awesome.
amazing because, like, I found the thing that I love doing. I'm doing it with somebody that I get along really well with, because we do get along really well. You wouldn't be able to tell it by watching the
Oh yeah.
videos, but like we do get along really well. Like
That's true.
before recording, we sit there for 45 minutes just shooting the shit. Like we get along
Yeah.
really really well. But and then I, like, and then I hit Marillion pulse cannon, and like, not so much. But wait, was that this week? Oh my god, wait, was that what this week or was that last week? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I mean, I hope I didn't just spoil something, but um,
I don't think so.
but yeah, no, he's a well, like, I love seeing that where you can, like, visibly see people are going, like, to support the content creators, um,
Yes.
and I want to do that to, like, all the other content creators too, like obviously you, obviously Kanga, which
Hmm.
Kanga has a bigger audience than me, so clearly he needs to send people my way. What's up with that, Kanga?
He
What's up?
needs to send people
What's up with that,
my
Kanga?
way.
But
Oh man,
oh,
Kanga is by far always gonna be
Kanga's the
my Tenga Toeborn to my Maxor because we just got a really strong bond.
Kanga is a great guy. I love Kanga. He was really worried about reaching out to me, and I was like, he was like, hey, can we, like, have a call? And I was like, yeah, sure, when?
Yeah.
And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, tell me when. Let's do it. I'll schedule around
Yep.
it. I was like, no problem. I'll schedule around it. Let's do it. And he was like, well, can you do X or Y time? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Run it. 100%. Let's
Hmm.
do it. He's like, are you sure that's pretty late for you? And I was like, dude, I want to get
It's
into a
fine.
call somebody and talk about chaotic without them telling me I'm dumb or ignoring me.
Yep.
I was like, if you're willing to do that, I will sit in a call with you for 4 hours and talk about chaotic. We did sit in a call for 4 hours and talk about
And talk
chaotic.
about chaotic.
um,
That's how you do it.
and he was like, okay, cool. So he calls me, and he was like super nervous at first, and I was like, hey, bro, we're bros. And he was like, well, yeah, but you have, like, big YouTube channel, and I was like, I don't care, Kanga. Your profile
Oh
picture is a
man.
Kangaskhan, and Mega Kangaskhan is my second favorite Mega Pokemon. I don't
Right.
care.
Right.
um, like, and like, genuinely, Kanga's amazing. Kanga's amazing. I love Kanga. He's way too
Yes.
he's way more humble than he should be. Like,
No, you know what? That's one of his best traits is his humbleness. Like God, Kanga, I would have to say, for me, has been the glue that keeps me creating because the amount of like it's very much like you're very quick to take initiative when it comes to introducing new content creators and being like, yo, let's do a video together.
yeah,
Like without hesitation. I
yeah.
don't care about the stipulations. Like, let's just do it. I'm not like I don't even care if I don't like the idea.
I'm honestly
Let's do it.
I'm honestly really upset with myself that I hadn't reached out to you sooner to make this video happen. But it just, I started work, like, right after we started talking, and I was like, I just did
Yeah,
not think to, like, go like, oh, hey, by the way, let's set a time to do that. I feel horrible about that, by the way. I'm so sorry.
you shouldn't. You're good. And you know what? I am honored to be here now. I'm having a ball, and brother, it's been
Bro,
enjoyable.
the next person to come onto this YouTube channel and say I'm honored to be here while I have a green screen hiding the mess in my broom.
Do it.
I swear to
Do
God.
it.
We are all friends here, okay? I
Mhm.
unironically, I want to bring people in, like, here who are just part of the community. Like, even if they're not
Yeah.
content creators, and they're just part of the community. Like, there's this really amazing girl. She is making a 360 versus 360, I want to say, chaotic TTS
Ooh.
mod. And last I heard, she was pretty much done with it. She only had
Okay.
like 3 or 4 creatures left to code, I think is what it was. And when I say making a mod, I mean, like, putting in each creature with with min stat variance, average stat
Wow.
variance, and max stat variance, and all on all their stats. Each location,
Wow.
each attack, And I was like, you could just copy them from other existing mods. And she was like, no, I can't, because if I do, then it's not going to look the way I want it to look. So she custom made
Yeah.
every single asset, including the playmats and stuff like that. And I told her, I was like, okay, well, one day, what's going to happen is we're going to schedule a day, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to sit down, and we're going to
Mm-hmm.
stream that entire match. I was like, you and me are going to sit down, and we're going to play,
Mm-hmm.
because you made it, you get to be featured in it. And like I want to do a podcast with her and highlight just how
Yep.
truly amazing they are, because like they are exceptional. They also made like custom like Yu-Gi-Oh cards for TTS that have all their anime effects. So they went through and like every single like anime card
That's
effect.
very cool.
They made custom animation, like, you know. So and I was like, I want to highlight that. I want to highlight the exceptional members of the chaotic community who, like, you know, don't get highlighted.
Yeah.
You know, obviously everybody knows Vint making a game. Everybody knows Death Awaits, who's making the
Mm-hmm.
Chaotic Go mobile app. Um,
Yeah.
Everybody knows, you know, D Sandstorm, the moderator. But like, there are such
Mm-hmm.
amazing, like, exceptional people in the community outside of them that, you know, like, nobody's ever going to talk about. And I feel like, you know, they deserve the highlight too.
They do.
Like, I
They
have a
do.
friend named Caleb, which I hope he doesn't get mad at me for doxing him. I think that's his Discord name. But he made what I would consider the current best TTS format. And when I say friend, I mean like him and I literally went to the same Vanguard locals together. Like him and I are
That's
friends.
awesome.
So he made the most recent. He made what I would consider the best chaotic TTS simulator. And I want to put him on the channel and like highlight him too, because like I think he's a professional, and I also miss him, so you know there's that too. But
Yeah, you should. That'd
um,
be a good time.
but like it's not only like, you know, because you guys come in here, you're like, oh, I'm so grateful to be here, but it's like it's not even about, it's not even about your status as a content creator. It's not. It's about you guys being exceptional and taking the initiative to step forward and say like, hey, I love chaotic. I'm making something for chaotic, and now I'm like, okay, well, let's put that on blast. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have Rudge size or Hard Rock size a channel, but you know, I would love nothing more than to say, hey, these people are exceptional members of the community, and I just want to show everybody. So the next person who comes on here and says, I'm extremely grateful to be here. I swear to
Do
God.
it.
I
Do
swear
it.
to God. Chaotic World Championships we're throwing down.
Oh yeah. I'm ready.
1v1 me in the beta dromes.
Give them hell.
Rage Trod versus whatever your favorite creature is. Okay, I'll take all on. I'll take on
first
all
of all,
challengers.
We have got to do a Rage Try versus Maxor battle just because.
I'm down. I'll do anything. Literally anything. Like, you know, I don't know if you saw me agree at what I just agreed to in the Wild Hearts Discord, but like I'll literally do anything. Oh,
I didn't.
For entertainment, I'll do literally anything.
That's his quirk.
Yeah. I have literally no self-respect. I'll do it. Let's do it. There are limits.
I respect it.
There are limits.
There are limits. Wait a minute. Let me just clarify.
I'm not
Full
gonna.
disclaimer. There are limits.
If my kids can't watch it, then I'm not doing it. Anything else though. Anything else.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, I because it's, to me, it's the honor to have you guys here. Like, to have, like, you know, people, because like what I do, I play card game. I make video talking about how show make no sense. You guys like, you know, are make sure that the lighting. You guys make sure fixtures are. That's a lamp.
He said, "That's a lamp."
That's a lamp. I got a Blue Yeti microphone because the other one broke. But you guys go for it, and you guys make like actual like professional looking quality content. Like I mean, like look at your streamer mic. Look at your streamer mic. Mine's sitting on a table right now. If he turned his camera around, you guys would see that he has like streamer setup lighting too.
Oh no, I'm not even close to there yet. I'm waiting until listen, when I get me a house and it's big, that's when I will show it off. And because my goal is to have a station where it's all things chaotic. I got a ton of like LED stuff. You guys can like see how infatuated I am with this universe
Yeah.
and see like the impact. Like I would love to have, and I do want to do this, is get a Nadrin poster from Nate and like get like the LED clouds and have that around, have it just like mirror the card art. Like that's the level of dedication that I'm on.
I get that. I get that. I get that. But no, I think you guys are exceptional. I think you guys go like way above and beyond whatever I do. Like I think I just hit the upload sweet point where like, you know, oh, nobody else is uploading. I started uploading. People were just desperate for chaotic content, and that's how I think I just got really lucky when I started uploading. But I feel like you guys do much better work than I do. So I'll say like, oh, I think I'm the one of the biggest content creators, but like I think in terms of quality, I think I'm the worst. not to not to say
I
that
will
can't
tell
be
you,
worse, but
I think that people just appreciate the real, like whether it's quality or not. I think people appreciate the effort that we put in, right?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not always about it's got to look the best. It's got to look like this guy's, you know, he comes from wealth. He comes from, you know, millions. He's just splurging like this is a regular Tuesday for.
Rudd,
That's
Rudd, he's taking aims at you. Rudd, he's taking aim at you. Rudd, you hear that? He's taking aim at you. Yeah, you hear that? You heard it here
oh my
first. Max
goodness.
Lord and
That's
Chaotic
great.
Rudd, they got beef.
That's great. That's great. Oh man, having beef with your idol, that's insane.
Man, you know, dude, I was honestly kind of worried that I had beef with Rudd and I didn't know about it because in his video where he like did the where he did the four kids pack opening. He was like,
Yes.
you know, he was like, I've learned my lesson about uploading news videos, but you know, some other people haven't learned their lesson yet. And I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Do I have beef with Rudd now? I don't want beef with Rudd now. And then he followed me with one of his company accounts, and I was like, oh yeah, never. I don't have beef with Rudd. He still won't accept my friend request on Discord, but like I don't have beef with Rudd. What am I talking about?
Rudd is definitely one of the more humble individuals in the community.
I was honestly like, I was expecting Rudd to be like, you know, like super. I don't want to. I was expecting a different, like, kind of like vibe from Rudd whenever I had like, whenever you know I interacted with him, like you know, like, I'm not gonna say like him, like you know, out of touch or like you know disrespectful or anything like that. That was not what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a dismissive vibe. I wasn't expecting, you know, him to be like, you know, so responsive. Like I sent him a message and I was like, hey man, I just want you to know, like I really appreciate like everything you've done for Chaotic and, you know, getting me into Chaotic, and your interviews with Gannon helped me get into Chaotic. Your, you know, your matches, your draft open, your sealed only challenge with your friend. I was like, that really kept me in Chaotic. And then like obviously I make jokes about Bodalface all the time because, you know, he was in Bodalface.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
but I was like, I just want you to know I really appreciate everything you've done and like how you've kept me involved in Chaotic. And like he was like, dude, I'm just happy you're here. And I was like, I expected to be ignored.
Yeah.
I was like that feels good.
It's kind of like that saying where they're like, don't meet your heroes in real life, but no, you do, because I can say meeting you guys, meeting Hard Rock, like it's been such a journey, and it's been an incredible experience.
I will say I'm a very different person in real life. I'm a lot more quiet. I am a lot more quiet. I'm not as outspoken. Once I get to, if I'm around people I know, I'm a lot more talkative.
Right.
But like I am very nonverbal in person. So if any of you guys see me and like, you know, you come up and talk to me and I'm not very responsive in person, like, you know, like don't take that personally. And if you do see me, I have a bunch of Chaotic shirts that'll be showing up in the mail soon, hopefully. So if you do see me and you see me in a Chaotic shirt, the best way to guarantee that I respond to you the way that you want me to is to say, let's get Chaotic. And I guarantee you, I will 100% be your best friend for the rest of the day. 100%.
That's awesome.
Like if I'm at work, I'm leaving with you. We're going to the bar, okay? That's how that's going.
We're going to the bar. I love that. I love that. That
Like,
level of dedication. Like, no, you're my new pal. Let's go.
I'll look at my boss and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I have to go. This is an emergency. I have no other choice. I did promise them that we were going to the bar if they walk into my job and say, hey, let's get Chaotic. I did promise this. This is now an emergency. There is a
Sorry, I'm a man of my word. I can't disappoint him.
I will take an early lunch break. There is a bar like literally down the street from where I work. Let's go. Let's go. It is less than a block away. Let's go.
That's it.
Yeah, no. Oh God, I'm actually kind of worried somebody might look up where I work now. I don't think it's not public. It's not public. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. That's when tomorrow I clock in and somebody like walks up, let's go chaotic, and I'll be like, fuck.
I gotta follow through.
What did I do?
That's gonna be the caption of the video. What did I do?
What did I do? Just take a short of me at the bar with them and be like, guys, please never do this again.
Yep. That's it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. But anyways, back and forth, back on track. I think we've talked about a lot. Is there anything you wanted to ask me? Because I've asked you a lot of questions.
I would say
you only get one question. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ask away. If you have like 50 questions, ask away. I do tell them. Like we're here all day.
What keeps you going right now in this very moment as a content creator? What keeps you going?
For chaotic or in general?
In general.
In general, one of my best friends. This is gonna be a very sad answer. I'm sorry. I hate to disappoint
That's all right.
That's right. One of my best friends took his own life in 2015, and he told me he wanted to be as big as PewDiePie, and he said he was going to be the next PewDiePie, and then life kind of got to him, and he's and so what keeps me going is knowing that he can't accomplish that dream. And even if I can't accomplish that dream, I'm still going to try my hardest to do that. I feel like his dream only dies when everybody else gives up on it. And a lot of our friends who were content creators did give up on content creation, but I'm not going to let his dream die, even if it means doing this until I'm like 52. Okay. Like I'll do it until I'm 52 if that's what it takes.
Dude, you better be doing this till you're 75.
Man, you know what? As long as Ganon, if you keep printing cards, and then if your successor keeps printing cards, I'll keep opening cards. Okay, Ganon, let's just keep doing it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
We'll be here. We'll be here for it.
But no, I want to make sure that his dream doesn't die. Now, granted, I'm probably never going to hit the size that PewDiePie did. Realistically speaking, I understand there's limitations, but knowing that I can't let his dream die. That's what keeps me going forward. So I'm sorry, it's not probably not the answer you wanted, but that's the thing that keeps me every time I'm
brother. I would tell you that there was no expectations. There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. It's just your truth.
Yeah. Now, if you were to ask about chaotic specifically, that's also a very somber answer, but a lot more happier answer too. A kid messaged me, and I could tell it was a kid because the way they were typing, right? They messaged me on, they posted it on a YouTube video. And they said, "Oh my God, I love this game. I didn't know there was a way to play it online. How are you guys playing that online?" And I told them Chaotic Recode. And then they messaged me on Discord, and they said, "I've been having a lot of fun on Chaotic Recode. Thank you so much for telling me about it. I really appreciate it, and I love watching your videos." And that's why I do it. It's not necessarily for that kid specifically, but there's an entire generation growing up right now, and if I can pass on my love of chaotic to that generation, or if the next generation picks up that love for the game and says, "I love this and I want to continue it," I feel like chaotic can't die at that point. Maybe the chaotic goes bankrupt again, maybe the game itself dies. But as long as more people continue to play it, more people continue to talk about it, more people continue to play it, as a wise man, and anybody who gets this reference, I love you. If you get this reference, I love you. As a wise man once said, a man only dies when he is forgotten, and I feel like the same thing applies to
Yes.
to card games or to anything in general.
Yeah.
I feel like Chaotic will only
That game
die
will only
when we
die
forget it.
when we all forget.
Yeah. So, and if anybody got that reference, I love you. I love you. Did you get the reference?
Awesome. I actually did. So
Hell yeah,
I
brother.
love you too. I love you too.
Oh hell
And
yeah, brother.
yeah.
um,
That's a wonderful answer. First off, I just want to say I am sorry for your loss, and I can relate to that level of dedication because I had a ex-girlfriend whose youngest brother was unfortunately a victim in a shooting within the area, and that was like the 36 kid shooting that they had in that area alone. We weren't even halfway through it. And I just remember we used to call him Xavier because his nickname was X-Man, but his actual name was Xavier. So we used to call him X-Man because those were like his favorite superheroes. And one thing that really got to me when I got the news of his mom was that he would not get to experience any of the things he just enjoyed doing and in its purest form. Like, this was a kid that was super talented gaming wise. He used to play stuff that me as an adult that I would play and I'm struggling with. He's doing it like it's candy, and I would always be amazed by how intelligent he was, how much fun he was having, and just naturally being able to be everything a kid is supposed to be. But you really think about those that left us here to reflect on their dreams and the things that they didn't get to do, the things that they were always passionate about doing, and being like, I'm going to live my life not necessarily the way they wanted, but in a way that honors them because there's so much they didn't get to do. Their chapters ended way before they even. And I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to be around and do what they loved and make their dreams come true, even if they don't necessarily get to be part of it. They watch over, and I think that's something to be admired and appreciated.
I agree. I agree. Like I said, if you don't forget them, they just won't die. And
Right.
living, like you said, not living the life they would have lived, but living the life with them in memory, I feel like is a way to keep them alive. I agree.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry to just try to bounce to a happier note. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't want to cry.
It got real deep.
I
It
don't,
got
I don't
it,
wanna
it got
cry.
real deep.
I don't want to cry. Okay.
It's okay.
Manly
It
thoughts.
got real deep and real intense.
Manly, manly thoughts. Dude, girls in
All right.
bikinis.
So next question.
Maxor,
Girls in
Chaor.
bikinis.
All right, we're on to manly thoughts.
All right.
Next question. Next question. Let's next question.
So, why Perim's Underworld? What made you come up with that name?
So it's a little two things. Two things. I love the Underworlders. The Underworlders, they live their life in the way that I would probably live mine in that world, where might matters the most, being cunning, understanding,
Mm-hmm.
like if I had to relate specifically to a specific character, now I'm not gonna say like I'm a traitor or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying here, right? But I would say like I'd probably relate most to Lord Von Blood, where I'm always trying to scheme
How
up.
did I know you were gonna say that?
I'm always trying to figure out like what my next step is, how I can grow, and how I can go from a bigger position than I'm currently in.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I do, if I'm competing in a card game, because I love to compete, you wouldn't be able to tell by the kind of content I upload, but
Right.
I do love to compete, and one of the main reasons I do like gameplay videos in general is just so I can get a better understanding of Chaotic and its entirety, so that whenever Chaotic does revive, I have an understanding of Chaotic. But I love to compete, and I'm always looking for the way that I can improve and better myself, and I feel like that's something like I feel like that's an underrated characteristic that Von Blut has. I feel like everybody focuses on the fact he's a traitor, when in reality, what he's always trying to do is he's trying to take the next step up.
Yes.
And for him, Chaor is that next step up. And I don't think there's anything wrong to have Von Blut, strive to take over Chaor's position, because that is the entirety existence of the Underworld. Is you always want to be prove that you are stronger than the next one.
Yeah.
So
Ambition.
So, I just really relate to the Underworlders, and then also a little bit of YouTube search optimization, where like people are going to search chaotic Underworld, or they're going to search Perim, Perim
True.
Underworlders or something like that. I just want to make sure like whenever people do, the first thing they see is me and not red. I love
Fair
you.
enough.
I love you, Rud. I love you so much. I'm just trying to knock you out of the algorithm. Don't worry.
Hilarious.
He knows I love him. He knows. I don't have to keep telling him I love him. He knows I love him.
He does.
But yeah, no, it's really just my passion for the Underworld, and just the fact that like I know that whenever people search stuff on YouTube, even like looking at like YouTube search terms where people find my channel, it really is Underworld or chaotic, chaotic Perim and stuff like that, where that's where people find the channel. So it really was partially YouTube search algorithm, but mostly it was I just relate to the Underworlders of Perim so much. So how about you, Max Lord?
So with my real name being Tyrone, for those that don't know, that name has a Greek origin, and that translates into Lord. So what I did was I was like, I want to do something new, creative. I know Max is my favorite, so I'm gonna do a combination. And I kept trying to think of like what's something that I know hasn't been done. And I'm like, well, what is Maxor? The Lord of the Overworld. What's your name? Oh man, that's right, it's Lord. All right, we'll just make it simple. We'll put these two together.
And it's not even like it's just like put the two together. It's like literally just two letters being added in the middle there, or one at the middle and one at the end. And it's like, which is really creative.
Literally, yeah. And I never realized.
I didn't even
adding an L and a D. That's interesting.
I didn't even put the whole like Tyrone thing together with it. Like obviously I know your name, like because we had that whole Instagram conversation where I was like, who is this?
Yes. And what's hilarious about that is I could feel that was the interaction. Is like, oh,
it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
I get it now. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's really creative. I feel like mine's a lot less creative now.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, yours is strategic. So I feel like you're living to that Von Blut energy. You are trying to one up your opponent.
Yeah, I got that LVB energy in here.
And I mean, technically, you're doing that. You just got to get past 465, and you've won up.
Once I get past 465, hey, Hard Rock, I'm coming for you. You know what the worst part is? I can't even do that to Hard Rock because he said he wants that. He told me he wanted that. I was like, bro,
yes.
What? I was like, at least Kanga was
like, you know he wants that.
At least Kanga was like, oh, I'll beat you to 500. No, Hard Rock was like, do it. I was like, bro.
He said, where's the rivalry? I need a challenge.
I was like, you're not supposed to just tell me to do it.
Yep. No, he's going to tell you, I want you to do that.
No, I want you to beat all of us. Do it. I dare you.
Challenge accepted.
You'll get 5 and I'll get 100. Okay, like every 5 you get, I'll get 100 to meet it.
Man, shit, I gotta grind. That's case. I'm about to like pull in a whole new overhaul. We gotta make that happen.
See, I have a goal of getting 100 a month, which I've completely whiffed on this month and last month. Last month I got 77. This month I think I'm like at 40, 30, 33, I think. And I'm like, oof, I am failing this month. I was like, I wanted to be at 500 at the end of the month. I don't think I'm going to be at 100 gained at the end of the month.
Hey, I appreciate the ambition because you're close.
I think I think I'll probably have it before the end of September, but I don't think the end of August is possible at this point. But I'm definitely
We'll
aiming
see.
for it. I'm definitely aiming for it. I have a plan, but like a lot of the plan relies on me actually uploading videos, and that seems to be a point that I'm struggling at, is actually uploading the videos.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, no. So we got the names. Any other questions?
Uh,
You could ask anything, anything,
anything.
anything. It doesn't have to be related to chaotic. It doesn't have to be related to consecration. Anything. What's the last 9 digits of your social
What's your
security?
favorite childhood memory?
Oh man, that's fucked up. No, no. So obviously you wouldn't know this. Whenever I was 18, I took a massive blow to the head, and I have really bad like long-term memory now. It like
Not aware of that.
I will have flashes of memory of like when I was a kid, but like if I go to try to remember anything specific, because this is why I don't remember anything about chaotic. Like I'll have like a vague memory of like logging into chaotic once on a school computer or something like that.
Yeah.
But like I don't have many memories of when I was a kid, and the one memory I do have is a somber answer. And I will never forget this, because it was a thing that really cemented my path in life, where I was like, I'm going to become a competitive player. I'm going to become a competitive gamer.
Okay.
There was a judge at my local Yu-Gi-Oh store, and
Yeah.
there was one day where his friends took his hat from him and were bouncing it around. And looking back at it now, he was probably trying to hide a bald spot or something. But but they were keeping his hat away from him, and
Yep.
they put it behind their back. And I like walked by and I like snatched it out of his hand and just handed it off to the judge. And the judge was like, "Hey, that's a little mini me play right there." And so he started calling me mini me.
Awesome.
And I was a kid, so I didn't have the money to afford Metadex or anything like that, right? And
Right.
I was going 0-7 every single week, every single week. I was like 11. I was a kid, right?
Yep.
Well, one day he got tired of watching people bully me, and I didn't think they were bullying me. I was like a kid. I was unaware of like social norms and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
He got tired of people bullying me, and he handed me what I think was probably a Teledad. It was either Teledad or like Vayu Turbo or something like that, right? And he handed me the deck, and he said, "You're playing this today, and if anybody says you can't play it, tell them to come and talk to me, and I will set them straight." And I ended up going 7-1. I ended up like fizzling out a top cut, fizzling out in like top 8. And the judge, he was like, "Yeah, that's my little mini me right there."
That's my mini me.
And
I love it.
and whenever all the other like top players at our locals gather around at the end of the day to like get their prizing and stuff like that, I was leaving, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Leaving. Tournament's over." He was like, "Are you gonna get your prizing?" And I was like, "My what?" And he was like, "Well, you top 8, so you get a prize." And I was like, "I get prizes for winning?" And he was like, "I'm gonna teach you so much." And so every week I would go back and he would teach me more and more and more. And the last thing I remember him telling me, because eventually it just got to the point where I wasn't able to go anymore because of school and stuff like that. The last thing I remember him telling me was, it was immediately after he had loaned me one of his decks to play against my main bullies, who ended up becoming some of my best friends in high school. Funny how that works out, right?
That's awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
but he ended up loaning me a deck to beat my main bullies, and he afterwards he pulled me aside and he said, "Hey man, no matter what they say, you just prove to them that you're better than them. No matter what anybody says, you just prove to them that you're more than they think you can be. Never stop trying. You're more than you think you are." And in my 12-year-old brain, in my 11, 12-year-old brain, I'm like, "Oh, he said I was good." But like now it's like, it's become like one of the few memories I have left in my childhood. And it's one that I constantly, every morning I wake up and I replay it in my head over and over and over again, because I can't forget that. It's like, it has become fundamental to my personality and the way I live my life. So, yeah, so that would probably be my favorite memory. But then again, like, I don't have many to choose from, so.
Well, I think you chose an excellent one to use. That was phenomenal, and I appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, and to explain why it's somber, his fiance threw him off a balcony 10 years later.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
The more you know.
yep. I wish I'd never learned that.
Yeah.
So, uh, I learned that while we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and they were like, "Oh, hey, you remember that guy from the used to judge the tournaments?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember him." And they're like, "Yeah, he died." And I was like, "How do you just drop that on somebody in the middle of like a casual conversation?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it tore my world up because it was like, that was the guy, that was the guy, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my favorite memory. Not the whole he died part, but the part before that. That was probably one of my least favorite
I'm
memories.
kind of glad that you clarified it, even though I feel like it wasn't necessary. But all right, yeah,
Clip that
yeah.
out of context. Anybody who's watching right now that wants to clip that out of context, go for it.
I didn't wish that upon him. I didn't place a hex. I do not have otherworldly capabilities.
Yeah, but yeah, that was probably like my best memory from childhood was probably that, where it's like his one sentence, which to him, was probably just him trying to like make somebody who was getting bullied feel better, but to me it
Right.
like shaped how I moved forward with my life, because up until probably like 2023, 2024, I didn't let
Mhm.
anybody said about me get me down. I just kept trying. I kept trying. I kept trying. If I failed, I got back up and I kept trying. If I failed and I took it personally, then I reviewed what happened and I just kept trying. And
Yeah.
it worked really well for me. I will say that. It worked really well for me. But um, sometimes you just forget those lessons that you learned. um,
No. Especially the ones that stick with you the most.
yeah, yeah. How about you? What's your favorite? Please don't have a somber ending. Come on, bro. Just be a happy story. Come on, man.
Come on, man. It's
Come
gotta
on,
be
man.
a
We can't go from sad thing to sad thing over. Maybe.
favorite childhood memory. Honestly, it would have been this isn't cliche at all. It is a chaotic memory, but I remember when I got my first two Forge Unity booster boxes. So, full disclosure, although my name is Max Lord, I've never pulled the original Maxer card in any of my unboxings. Any of them. I've always pulled Chaor numerous times. So I think it's just one sick joke that life likes to play on me. Like, hey, whatever you want the most, we're gonna give you the like antithesis or the opposite of that. Just throwing that out there. Like, long as you know.
Hey, don't let your fiance see this video.
Right? But oh man. So I'm opening them at my grandmother's house, and I think summer break. I'm trying to remember what year that was. But I'm opening them and I'm just like, I'm not gonna get them. There's no point in worrying about this. And so I open up my first box and I'm like, these are some great pulls. And I get towards the last six in that first box, and I pull three max Chaor the Fierce. I'm like, all right. Well, that was expected because I keep getting Chaor, so I'm fine with that. Like, but and at this point, I've actually learned. I went from being this like overworld fanatic to having appreciation Underworlders too, because there's those days where I want to support my team and be that team player, and then there's those days where I'm like, no, I just want to destroy my opponent by any means necessary. I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna have fun with it. So that level of like ruthlessness, and then why is my camera getting out of focus? What's going on here?
Your mic's also
Hang on.
cutting in and out too. I just
All
didn't want
right,
to interrupt you.
let's. No, you're good. Let's. There we go. All right, so we get to fast forward. We get to my second box, and I'm opening it. I'm opening it. I get to my second to last sleeve that I open, and I freak the hell out because I finally pulled a Max or a card. and it was Max or Pop.
Hey.
So I had to spend years of like, I can never get this guy. As an adult, the only reason I even got a Dawn of Perim because of the premium packs. So I was able to get like 3 Max Horrors in that one. But it's not like the first edition. So for me, it was like, this is cool, but I know these are guaranteed in here, so it's not the
Yeah.
same feeling of nostalgia. But getting that Max or Pop was like so full circle for me because I'm yes, I finally got them. Now I can use them. Now I can actually like say I got him, show him off, put him in my collection, make sure he's like one of the first cards you see in my binder. This is really cool.
I love that it's a chaotic memory. A very cliche, and I know that Ganon is sending you the check later in the mail, but I mean,
Thank you, Ganon.
thank you, Ganon. Sometimes you get, sometimes you take, but you also give. You also give. Oh, that's another thing that you guys didn't know. We actually do have to pray to Ganon like he is a literal god. That is part of our contract. Yes, 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 yes.
Oh yeah, it's a cult.
Yep, yep, yep. See, the whole like chaotic is coming back thing. It's not advertisement. It's not us just being excited. It's we joined a cult.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, we
joined
actually
a cult.
joined a cult. Yes, it does spread. So if you are watching this video, you are now also part of the cult. Go forward and spread the good word of chaotic and Brian Gannon.
One of us.
One of us. One of us. One of us. But yeah, I do love that. I do love that.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
But that would have to be my favorite one.
Oh.
As far as other questions I got for what is your hopes for everyone in the Discord as far as content creators? What is your hopes for them?
I hope
Whether that be right now or after the revival.
right now, I hope that everybody just finds peace with like their growth. Like I feel like you can't expect a lot of rapid growth right now just because there is no news, there is no announcements. So right now, my hope currently is that everybody just gets the numbers that they're hoping to get, or that they're like keeping a pace that they're comfortable with. As for in the future, I hope that chaotic blows up big enough to where all of us can quit our jobs and do this full time. And
oh my god, that would be amazing.
And instead of having to schedule like after both of us get off work,
right.
we can instead schedule
actually do
this for our work. We can sit down and go like, oh hey, let's record the podcast, or hey, let's do a gameplay video. Let's do a match. Ganon is like, oh, we're having chaotic regionals, in San Diego, and then we can go, okay, well, we're all gonna go to San Diego and we're gonna do in-person content. That would be, whenever the revival happens, I would want nothing more than to have chaotic be my job and everybody else's job, because I feel like a lot of us are very engrossed in chaotic, to say lack of better words. I mean, obviously, like I've read chaotic legal documents through and through, from patents to like bankruptcy filings to debts owed to etc.
Name it.
Yeah, I've read every like I can't keep them straight at this point, to be 100% honest with you. I'm actually getting a lot of crap right now in the Discords because I'm trying to remember specific dates and stuff like that, and I'm saying like, oh, this is 3 years for this, but it was ended up being like a year and a half, and I was like, oh wait, no. And then you saw me tripping out the other day because I found a document saying like or I found a bunch of articles saying that chaotic released January 6th, 2007 and not October of 2006, and we all thought it was October 2006, but like we had so many articles that said January 2007, but in reality it was supposed to be January 2007, January 2006, but they forgot to change the whatever.
There's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, it was stupid. And like a lot of us are engrossed in like chaotic, and I feel like whenever chaotic comes back, a lot of us would like to put more time into current chaotic, because if you ask Kanga a question about chaotic from like something that happened like after the game died, or in between like Alcon taking over entirely for chaotic's balancing, and chaotic like Dragon X taking, he could tell you anything. He could probably tell you
Yeah.
every single person that was employed by Chaotic at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. I could tell you I could tell you where people lived who work at Chaotic. So, lived past tense, people. So past tense. Very specifically past tense. But I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, we're all engrossed in Chaotic, and I think like having having the information, with new information, new stuff like that, where we can talk about it, discuss it, soundproof our rooms so stuff like that doesn't happen. I don't even know if you can hear it, but
Oh, I heard it.
okay.
I'm honestly, dude, if you knew what city I'm from, and I'll mention it after the video,
Yeah.
but you would be amazed that, oh, I'm surprised we didn't hear that at least 3 or 4 times during the
I'm surprised we heard it more times for me.
right.
But that's what I personally hope for, is that, like when Chaotic comes back, every person who, because like there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna chase the trend, right? Like whenever Chaotic comes back, which I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to. I genuinely would love to see this Discord go from like the 11 people it's currently at to like 42 people. I would genuinely love to have like
Yeah.
every content creator who cares about Chaotic in this Discord.
Yeah.
There are certain people that I would hate to have in the Discord or hate to associate with if they decided to chase trend chase, but I would still love to have them here. I would hate
Yeah.
to associate with them, but like
No, that's the honest truth.
but
Right.
I but I want nothing but the best for people who love Chaotic and people who make Chaotic content. So if we're talking post revival, I 100% say that I would love nothing more than for this to become all of our full-time jobs. Now, I mean,
Yes.
that's also may sound greedy coming from like one of the people in the Discord, but like, I mean, from my point of view, for me, right? It's me saying I want to play this game more. It's not me saying like, oh, I want to soak in the money and like like sit on
No.
fat stacks.
I want to be able to play this game, enjoy this game for what it is, and if I'm also making a living off of that, then by all means, yes, do
Yeah.
that.
I want for whenever Ganon drops, an anonymous post or an ominous post on Instagram at 11 p.m. at night. I want to be able to sit up, make a video, upload said video. But like right now, with the way it currently is, I should be asleep at 11. Like I have to wake up at
Yeah.
like 5 in the morning, so I should be asleep at 11.
Correct.
So like the way it currently is, like I shouldn't be able to do that. And I would love nothing more than to be able to do that. We get a new Chaotic teaser at 8 in the morning, right? I would love nothing more than to make sure that I'm uploading that video. But also at 8 in the morning, I'm headed to work.
Yeah.
So it really does kind of hit
Dilemma.
it hits that point where it's like, I can't always, currently the way it is, I can't be the news guy, and I don't like that I can't be the news guy. So I would love nothing more than for Chaotic to be able to support me where I can be the news guy, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Which people will take away with whatever they want to take away from that. But like I personally, I would love for, Kanga to be able to, afford to fly to the U.S. to a Chaotic event, as his job.
I will tell you when it comes to stuff like that, like, and I've deeply thought about this, was if there's ever a panel, an event, a tournament, whatever, and we all get an invite, and he's worried about how he's gonna get there, like, bro, I'm pitching it.
Yeah, we're
Don't
all
worry about it.
we're
Like,
all, we're all gonna chip in for this, right? Like this isn't
yeah, like
that's like saying like
that's not even a question.
Yeah, that's like saying like Hard Rock wouldn't be there. Yeah, no, we're not gonna let that happen. Like
No, like, bro, you're coming. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Yeah.
Like, we'll pick you up.
to like everybody else, it's like to other people, Kanga may not be like as embedded in the community as Hard Rock or Rudd is, right? But like to people who are, because if it weren't for him, this entire like group chat, this entire thing would have been organized, because I wouldn't have been like, oh, there's more Chaotic content creators. To me, it would have just
Right.
been like, oh, it's just Rudd, Hard Rock, and the occasional pack opening. But he reached out to me, which got me looking into more people who are making Chaotic content, and that's what really started the whole like let's get everybody in one group chat and talking.
Yeah.
Like literally, we would not be as organized as we are. Not to say we're organized, because we're definitely not organized. Like
No, we do a good job of making it look.
yeah, we make it look organized. They see nothing but organization. We see, oh man, guys, oh my god, where's Azai? Azai hasn't logged on in like forever. Why isn't he accepting the invite? Like, oh my god, what's going on? Wait, has anybody heard from Casti? From
Mm-hmm.
Castigore?
Mm-hmm.
They don't see like like the missed messages to talkative Carl. They don't see
Yeah.
it all like. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't watching Talkative Carl, go watch Talkative Carl's videos. Like he makes like insane lore breakdowns. Like
Yes.
he is good. I love him. I love just putting on a Talkative Carl video, walking away, and just listening to him talk about like a creature that I
Oh
never
yeah.
would have cared
He
about.
he has such a way with words, honestly.
Yeah. He is such a genuine guy. He also does other stuff too, but I mean, like I only watch his chaotic videos because I'm just there for chaotic. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I mean I'm the same way.
Same.
I'm the same way with April too. I'm sorry, April, if you're watching this. I love you. I love you, but I only watch Odyssey because I'm in it.
Hilarious. You know what? I like April so much that I would watch it even
Wow,
because the
that's
Odyssey is
see,
just
you cut out for that, and I still understood that. Oh my god!
yeah.
Oh, it hurt. Oh,
He said that hurt.
oh man. No,
No.
I love April. Don't get me wrong. Like I've said like countless times. Like before we start recording, we're sitting there for 45 minutes. After we start recording, we're sitting there for 30 minutes. Then we start actually playing the
Yeah.
game. And then after we stop playing the game, we're sitting there for another 20 minutes. And then like, oh shit, we've wasted 2 hours of our lives talking to each other. And then we like leave the call. You know, like,
Mm.
you know,
Is it a waste though? I think it's like,
I mean,
it's cool to get lost like that.
I love him. Don't get me wrong. He's a really great guy. He is very smart. He's very intelligent. He has a lot of experience when it comes to card
Yes.
games. But like, if I have like 50 other projects going on and my editor is blowing up my DMs because he's trying to figure out when I'm going to be sending him files, and then I have people messaging me about like, because obviously you know about like one of the people, two of the people, because you know about Hard Rock, who are trying to
Yeah.
get me to do videos for their games. I have like
Yes.
4 people like in total who are reaching out to me trying to get me to make videos on their games. And I can't sit in a call with April while I'm trying to discuss how we're going to about like all those different things. You know, it just
Right.
yeah, it's just not feasible for me to do that time wise. Especially with
Yes.
all like I mean, not to say he's not worth the time, obviously, but
No, no, no.
I mean
But that's
I do love April, but it's just it hits a point where it's like we gotta wrap it up, kind of thing, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Not to say that we're gonna wrap this up, because like, dude, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I don't need to wrap this up. If you we can wrap this up when you want to wrap this up. So
Oh, if that's the case, I'm just gonna go forever, like
oh, dude,
until
okay,
one
cool.
of us
Let's do it.
pass out.
Let's do it.
Like that's the challenge.
Let's do it. I got caffeine in me. Let's keep going. All right.
All right,
How about for you?
I got
What's your hopes for?
I got oxygen.
What's your hopes for the revival, or for everybody in the Discord?
It's very similar. I mean, honestly, it is for everybody to be able to do this full time. I would love to, and this isn't like to take a jab at my job or anything. Dude, if I can actually do something I'm more about, like not something that I've developed a passion because I do, but no, if I could talk about chaotic stuff, make chaotic stuff, um, and just be able to participate in events, be able to show up anytime Ganon is somewhere, have you guys there. We're meeting with the community, we're growing with the community, playing against the community, mingling. Like that's the stuff I look forward to is us being able to just do more stuff in person, not just via or calls or streams.
What do you mean?
I
You're
want to
like
see.
you're in the room. You told me to put the green screen up so they didn't see you. That was
Yeah,
I mean like
that's
you're
that's
you're, you're
that's
in
exactly it.
you're literally in the. I could take the screen right there.
Yeah, but that and just like I mean, I want to see more of us doing. Like, imagine the show comes back, and I can like sit with you and Kanga. We actually like watch the episode. All right, I I made sure I didn't watch it because I didn't want to spoil it. I want to do like an episode review. We're gonna watch it together, make that a thing. Like, there's just so much room for opportunity, right?
What I'm hearing you
Uh,
say is that whatever the new episode for Chaotic drops, we fly Kinga here.
yeah,
We go to like to a house or something, either your house or my house,
yeah,
and we all sit there and we watch it, and we
yeah,
post pictures of us watching it.
yeah.
Oh, go to Hard Rock's LGS, put it on the big screen.
I'm with it. I think that would be awesome, dude. Like, I know Hard Rock would
I don't.
hell all of us would.
I know Hard Rock would be like, hey, we're gonna have a watch party. We're gonna have like the entire like his local community there. We're gonna have pizza. You know what? You
Dude.
know what? I'm messaging Hard Rock. I'm messaging literally right now. Literally right now. Hold on. We can keep talking. I'm just gonna message him real quick.
Oh no, you're good. But dude, if we did something like that, that would be. I know that'd be a big deal. Um, but I would like for us all just be able to do this time. I like us all get to a point where, we get even sponsored and are able to just get, some stuff for free, unbox them, show them off, uh, just discuss more in detail the new card, the new game mechanics, what's going on in the world now with this new set, etc.
I messaged him. We'll see what he says.
He's gonna respond back in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Watch.
dude, he's online right now. Like, yeah, we're about to hear back from him right away. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, I agree. I would love nothing more than for that to like, essentially be our lives. Like, like obviously
Yeah.
not like literally, because like what we were talking about earlier, like you have to have other hobbies than just one
Yes.
thing. Like,
Yes, you do. And I think for the most part we all do.
oh yeah, I mean, like you have a girlfriend or you have a fiance.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, by the way, still the most amazing ring concept ever. I gotta say, like, still the most amazing ring.
Oh,
Concept
thank
ever.
you.
Like,
I'm gonna keep you guys up to date.
yeah, you gotta send pictures. You gotta. And you
I
gotta
will definitely
post
send you
pictures.
pictures.
Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
no, I need to like when I get the rendering part. And to be honest with you, the company themselves, they have been pretty active in posting a lot of their stuff and tagging like their clients in it. So I would not be surprised because they probably have never had a concept like this before. If that's posted and being like, oh well, looks like I'm sharing that.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I guess you're just gonna have to follow him on Instagram to find out. That's the
True.
only real way you can find out at this point. Or you can watch the 5-hour podcast that we did. That he does also mention it in there.
Both are great methods. I
Yeah,
would suggest do both.
I would
Start with the 5 hours.
If you miss it in the 5-hour one, you can rewatch it again, or you can just go follow him on Instagram, or you can do both again. I mean, all of
You got
them
options.
Yeah, all of them are very good options. He's not going to respond right now.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's busy. But any other questions?
I got two
All right.
because I was thinking about these the other day. So for you, what is a game mechanic that you enjoy the most when it comes to the card game? And then what's your least favorite mechanic?
The game mechanic I enjoy the most is probably going to be very controversial.
Okay.
I think Outperform. I feel like Outperform is like one of the on paper one of the more balanced mechanics. It has restrictions as to when it can be used. Only specific creatures can meet specific checks against other specific creatures. The only downside to it is it's really just confusing more than anything else. But I feel like Outperform is just a very good mechanic. I feel like its balancing is iffy just because of its wording. But like overall, I feel like it's just very good.
Okay.
And then the one I like the least is Recklessness. I like it if it were just Warby specific, which as anybody can obviously tell, this is very specifically talking about one creature in particular, because I like outperform and I hate recklessness. I mean, if anybody could piece that together, I have no idea who it would be, but if they could, um, but I don't like recklessness on creatures that aren't war beast. I feel like a lot of the times it's a hindrance when it doesn't need to be. For example, Bareth Beyond, it doesn't need to have recklessness. Rage Trod doesn't need to have recklessness. Clasp didn't need to have recklessness. There's a lot of creatures that have recklessness where it's just kind of tacked on for no real reason, and I don't like that. I get why War Beast have it because like obviously they have to be controlled or they're mindless beast. I get that. But what I don't like is when it's just tacked onto other creatures, randomly. I just don't enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, I always thought Magmon was a weird choice to have.
Yeah, because he's a giant fire guy. Like, why would he have recklessness? Like, he's not. He is just destruction. Like, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be reckless to destroy things. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I get why.
Come on.
I get why War Beast have them because like the whole concept is like conjurers control them. I get that, but like every other creature that has recklessness, unless they're like giant, I don't get it. I don't like it at all. Like flavor wise, I just don't like it. Like Rage Trod isn't gonna be running around slamming his head into things, violently. Like he's not a primate, He may look like a primate, but he's not. Oh my god, I get why I like Rage Trod now. I love primate. Oh wait, I think Hard Rock responded. I just got 5 notifications at once.
Let's see.
Okay. Every single episode on the minute of release, easy yes. Same with any pre-release events and major event tourneys. All things chaotic, no holds bar. So yes, we will have to fly out Kanga every single week that there is a new episode of Chaotic. Man, I really hope this turns into a career because we cannot afford this.
No, we cannot. But we're gonna make it work. You know, like
I would say Kanga can just move here, but like.
I don't know. He might like where he's at.
Yeah, I think we all just moved to Australia.
I'm not against that. Change is good.
Yeah, let's just all up in our lives here and like move to Australia. Like, what could go wrong?
And then Ganon could be like, "Oh man, I got all my biggest influencers down there. I guess I have to host it here."
Yeah, I guess like we're gonna have to bounce locations from San Diego all the way to Australia. It's just. With Rudd moving there, Hard Rock moving there, Johnny moving there, Max Lord moving, everybody moved to Australia. I got to do it.
Imagine making an impact like that, and you got your community all flying to Australia just for this one one event.
Just imagine moving, like getting every single like person in a card game community to move countries. Just imagine that.
Man, that would be a crazy shift. Like, all right, they all went here. I guess we're doing this, guys. It's a trend.
Australia is now the most populated country in the world.
Right.
Yep.
That would be absolutely insane. They would hate that. Oh my god.
They would either hate it or they'd love it. There is no in between.
Not at all.
No, but like, not knowing what Hard Rock just said, I'm so happy. But how about you? How about you for mechanics? What's your mechanics?
Oh man, I really like support, man. I would love to see that utilized more. Support and defender. I would love to see them have. He said, "Ugh." Sorry, man. I got to. It's.
Bro read Alexion was like, "This is my ideal card. When we get Maxor of this."
Mm-hmm. And then my least favorite. I gotta say it's recklessness. And then more specifically, so I really like Agror because he's got amazing card art. I love his stats because I'm always trying to use like high wisdom, max energy, and then I just love earth attacks, right? But I cannot stand Agror's ability. I think it's the most useless ability you could have put on him as a defender. He has defender strategists, and if you look at all the overworld cards that were printed, there's not a ton of strategists, so it's kind of useless. He did not age well at all.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of like missed opportunities whenever it comes to set design, like especially when it comes to like terms of classes. I think they
Oh
really
yeah.
missed the boat on a lot of this. Man. All right, you said you had two questions. What's the next one? What's the next one?
All right. So second question is, if you could direct an episode in the new season to be whatever you want, what would that episode be about?
All right, I'm gonna give a troll answer and then I'm gonna give an actual answer. Uh,
I'm with it.
my episode would be about Interest dying and Takinom reflecting on their special relationship. That's a troll answer. That's a troll answer. I think Interest should die. I don't think that she should be a character in the series. I believe she is furry bait, and that's all she's good for. Uh, but in
Tell
all,
us how you really feel.
let me tell you, man. I think that Interest is one of the worst designed characters ever. Okay, let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you. I actually don't like Interest. Like, not unironically, I don't even like Interest. Like, I just don't. I don't like characters that are overly sexualized. I just don't like it. It's just not my thing.
Fair enough.
I feel like, especially when the game is like leaning more towards an early teens audience. I just don't. I'm not for that. Like, if my kids weren't 17, I wouldn't even tell them about Chaotic, just because it does have overly sexualized imagery. I don't like it. I have no issue with it, like in like adult games, but like whenever it comes to kid games, it's just I don't think that's necessary. I feel like your gameplay should speak for itself. Your art shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I can't have a playmat of Interest at any card game event. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's valid. I actually never really recognized that. That's definitely not a thing.
Yeah. Like you could not take a playmat of Interest to like a Yu-Gi-Oh event. You would be asked to put it away. Like it's just, and if that's the condition of a playmat that you have or an art in your game, I just don't feel like that's acceptable for overall game health. I don't have an issue with her design inherently. I don't necessarily care. Like obviously like cat, if bear people exist, cat people exist, right? I just feel like not to be like overly conservative here because I don't really give a shit, but like.
No.
Having her wear like more clothes would be like I wouldn't care at that point. Like just like like you don't have to have all that out in a kid's game. That's just not.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the question. Now you're gonna be surprised because I'm actually gonna say something that's not related to the Underworld at all.
Okay.
I would probably have an episode that is more center focused on more underappreciated characters. Somebody like Garv, right?
Yeah.
Garv, we saw his one example of being in a show, right? Was he made a ball, or he harnessed an elemental, and then used that elemental to put out a fire, and then proceeded to, with a single sample of the blight, create a cure for the blight.
Yes.
I would love to go more in depth into his upbringing and how he learned those skills, or if he ever had something that was similar to that, where he had to learn those skills. I would definitely love to have like an introverted of like a bunch of characters. It doesn't even have to be Garv. It could be Smilden's life before the blight. It could be man, I don't know. Ulmar's upbringing. It could be a day in the life of Okalex. Just like no Tom, no Kaz, no Peyton, no Sarah. Just Okalex going through a day in his life where he wakes up, goes to the arsenal, counts stuff for Bodil. We see how Bodil treats him when it's just them. We see him repair stuff. We see him leave. We see him like go train or fish or something. Even if it's like a half episode, just like we see him, just live a day in the life of Okalex. I feel like just exploring a character and giving a more deeper understanding of that character as a character. Honestly, I would be okay if this was like a 2-minute YouTube video where it's like how Pokemon does like oh, here's a day in the life of a Slowpoke kind of thing. Like I like something similar to that.
Yeah.
Like I would probably just direct something short like that, where it's like, a day in the life of hearing, where he like, he wakes up in the morning, and a chaotic player offers him something disgusting to eat, so he goes and finds something for the chaotic player to scan, and then it always ends with hearing running away for his life. Like, I feel like something similar to that is probably what I do. I just feel like exploring the individual creatures is a untapped potential for content. I just or not content, but like untapped potential for avenue for the franchise. Because I mean, we'll always. I don't know what's in the Chaotic Bible, obviously, so I can't say like what the kind of definitive lore we'd get, but I think whenever it comes to individual creatures, I feel like there's never a downside to fleshing them out. Like, obviously, like, we'll see, like, Maxor sitting in, like, an office reading a book about, like, oh, the Cothica is a mythological item that was located here or here or here. But, like, I mean, seeing Taphael searching for the Cothica, that's different. Cool. That would be cool. I would love to see that. But I would just want it without chaotic players. I would just want it to be, that creature doing that creature's thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the episodes we had that were present in Perim, and less like, I'm trying to remember the name of that, but the episode where you had the Mepedians join the Overworlders in training, like, that one was really cool because it was, for the most part, just them.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they still had to add in that little element, Sarah, Kaz, and Tom and Peyton being in the drones, and Marianne the same thing, but for the most part, them teaming up to realize like Lystone has been brainwashed. Oh my God, we're head over heels for this creature.
Yeah, and them coming to terms and like working together to overcome that. Like, I feel like that's something that we majorly miss. Like in Perim is like everything. But like I've made jokes about it, and I'll make jokes about it again and again and again. Everything in Perim is set off by a chaotic player being fucking stupid. there's almost
look at Magician's art.
Yeah, like there's not a single like thing that happens where chaotic players don't set off the sequence. I think the only thing that doesn't happen, the chaotic players do not cause Fel 4 to be unfrozen.
They don't. That was already happening on its own, so
but
they get it passed.
Everything else though, everything else is almost always caused by a chaotic player. The Dranicus Threshold Von Blute incident caused by
that was chaotic players.
Caused by Clay. The incident where Maxor ended up having to burn his map of the Cothica, his map to the Cothica, right? All of that was caused by Reggie.
Yeah,
which nobody ever captured. Nobody ever thinks about that, but like he never would have burned that map if it weren't for Reggie. And
not being able to have the other half made a difference.
Yeah, and a lot of the incidents were just caused by Tom. Like, just Tom existing caused incidents. Granted, he did save Perim a couple times. Like, the Blight, he definitely was the reason as to why Perim was saved. I'm pretty sure he was involved in some way in the Marillion arc. I just can't piece it all together. There was probably one incident where he did something that led to the Marillions, and then Kaz finding out about was it Kaz or was it Sarah finding out about Fel 4 being a Marillion? One of the two.
I want to say it was Sarah because she was playing as him against Tom when he was using. God, what is that creature's name? That's gonna bug me. I should know all the unprinted Overworlders.
I thought Sarah was playing as a Danian, and that's when he was discovered.
I want to say it was Sarah. We'll know for sure out there.
Yeah. Anyways, the point being, everything was caused by chaotic players, and even like if they saved Perim, like 90% of it was caused by them anyway. So like I mean, there's only so much credit you can get before it was all to your fault anyways.
True.
So yeah. So I would love to see how Perim interacts without chaotic players around. Even if it's just for like a very brief story arc, I would love to see Maxor encounter a problem and Maxor have to solve that problem without like Tom or Kaz, Tom being in the way, Sarah showing up, or Peyton going, dude, like totally awesome. Do you see that? Yeah. Like I would love for it to just be Maxor solves problem. Like, because like if he didn't have to worry about a human getting hurt, like would he have an easier time, like beating Chaor or stopping a Lord Von Blue
Yeah.
raid, or could he like take on Nothalax in a raid group led by Nothalax? I feel like if he didn't have to worry about like a chaotic player being around whenever he was like Rock Wave or something like that, like would he be able to more easily deal with those kind of circumstances? I would love to see why he is the hero of the overworld.
Yeah, that is a valid point on just in regards to like a lot of the reputations that creatures have and the dialogue you see in the quotes on the cards. Like everyone's kind of um it insinuates things, but it doesn't always go in depth on like, hey, this is why they're referred to as this, or this is why there's that assumption of this about this creature.
Yeah, it's like the only real creatures that have feats are Marillions because they were just broken. Um,
Right.
Chaor, who put out a fire using fire, which okay, and then
Yeah.
I mean it's like okay, Maxor, who needed two other people's help, legendary armor, and one of the other creatures to be powered up by music, and then another creature
Yeah.
to literally be copying the creature they're fighting to be able to beat Ani.
Mm,
And then Tenga Toborn, obviously, and Nadrin, because Nadrin's just Nadrin.
yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said about Nadrin. But no other creature really has any proper feats. Like, and if they do have a feat, it's KOing a creature or beating a creature that doesn't have a feat, which
Yeah.
doesn't really help you power scale any.
No, it doesn't.
Or it's
Kind of defeats the purpose.
yeah. What would your episode be?
It's definitely gonna be more Perim related. Like I would love to see more of I don't want to really call them filler episodes because I felt like the episodes with the creatures might come off as filler episodes because you're so used to seeing time in them. But honestly, they were, for me at least, more engaging. It's just nice to see the actual locations having impacts on them, right? It was nice to see. I think that was the cool thing about the Marilla invasion is seeing how it affected the world. I
Yeah.
think that aspect, when you make episodes that show, like, no, the world of Paris is changing, it's been dramatically by these events or these creatures or whatever may have what's going on. Those episodes really stuck with you more than the episodes where they may have fought some random chaotic player or they're fighting each other, gets into the intense battle drone matches, but it just lacks the engaged storytelling, right? That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for. That's what you're here for.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I feel like a lot of people kind of like underappreciate a lot of those episodes where it literally is just Perim. Like you said, like it's not filler episodes because it sets up so much. Every episode where we've seen of creatures in Perim has always set something up. Lystone having the ability to mind control or while being mind controlled
Mm-hmm.
sets up the tribes actually coming together. Like Lystone's trigger being something that sets off all of them saying, "Hey, no, we're working together now." Like with this clearly we need to work together because this is a problem we cannot handle ourselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of setups that does happen in those episodes. Now, that being said, you look like you're about to fall asleep. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm running low on energy. I'm just trying to stay hyperactive. So,
Yeah. No.
because for
I
those
probably should go
for
because
those
we
of you,
both got to work.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's almost 11 o'clock for me, and it's probably like close to like midnight for you.
10:42.
Oh, well, we're in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually curious
Because
as to
you,
where you live. Like,
I'm a message to you. It'll
um,
surprise you, and then at the same time,
no, you're gonna say like the same city I live in, and I'm gonna be like, well, what are we doing this over a call?
I
Like,
I would say that we're wasting time, and we should have probably been linked up a long
Yep,
time
yep,
ago.
yep, yep. No, we're gonna find out though. We live like right down the street. You literally live 2 houses down. We're gonna find that out, and I'm just gonna be like,
I
man,
walk past you every day. That's crazy.
yeah, like just absolutely insane. But yeah, no. Thank you for coming. You've been Maxwell. I've been Jay Johnny. Do you wanna tell anybody about what you're planning on doing going forward, or?
So, going forward, I am going to keep you guys up with a design concept. We're not going to spoil what it is because if you haven't watched the 5 hour stream, if you're not keeping up with following me on Instagram, you're going to miss out on something special and that hasn't at least been done before publicly. So that's coming soon. I'm just waiting on some rendering and some concept arts, that stuff out. They get to the final version of a project I got going in the background. Johnny's aware of that, and so the rest of the Discord chat. And I do have some really big cards that are coming, and as soon as those arrive in the much like I did with my video previously this week, I think that was Monday. So there's some exciting stuff to look. I'm going to probably do some. I want to aim to do some videos just going over the different tribes and what they specialize, because the more I can utilize as players, guys, just for new and returning players, I'm going to keep doing it. So, yeah.
All right, you guys heard it here first. Something cut out, cut out, cut out, cut out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you guys should definitely check out Maxlord. He does amazing stuff when he uploads, and he, like he said, he's trying to upload daily. And he's getting to the point where he's uploading 3 videos a day.
Yep.
Yesterday he sent me a message. He was like, "I'm binge recording," and obviously he said in this call, I binged recorded yesterday, and he did.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are following him on Instagram, YouTube. His link tree is going to be down in the description as well as mine, so make sure you're following us on social media. And we will be seeing you guys later in Perim, so let's port to Chaotic. I said that wrong. How did I get my outro wrong, bro? How did I get my outro wrong, bro?